We are live everywhere. Send out the Discord notices. There we go. All right. Here we go, fellas. So, let's see. I need this at 45. And that should do it. So, we are just going to be farming moonflowers for a little bit. There's 30 minutes left. Let's do this. Yeah, hold up. Let me change my controls. I gotta swap this and this. There we go. There. Set. Spawn. Alright. Yo, what's good, Kane? What's good, Slothy? Balm. What's up, Ice Boy? Verdicts. How we doing? Made 500 mil in 3 hours. Yeah, I've heard that it's crazy what people are making from this. Which, first off, let me change my armor set before I forget. Because we want as many pests as possible. I'll go ahead and get the Lotus set out too. We might sweat enough to be armor swapping today. I don't know. We want as much overbloom, so the farming fortune doesn't really matter. But dung dye today, we'll see. If I get RNG carried enough for that, that'd be great. That would be great. Okay. I'm getting a lot less seasonings because it's daytime or it's nighttime, but that's fine. That's fine. Watch Toggle Destroy because it would leave my thumb in a weird spot, and I prefer not to do that. I do not play fake pixel, no. Yo, Lurks with the raid of 20. Goodness, starting off with a bang. Holy cow, how was your stream, bro? Goodness. Bro's pulling 20 now, let's go. Absolutely crazy. How to go, how to go. I'm hearing people making like 100 mil an hour plus from moonflowers right now. Kind of insane. What's good? Used to be cool. EGM, Potato, Farm, Cactus. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome, boys. Again, we'll be doing free profile reviews once we hit 33,000 subs on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that. But let's go. Let's go. Yeah, boys, make sure to go drop Lurks a follow. Wait, have I not followed Lurks? What am I doing? How have I not done that? Nani? It's good. Did some moonflower farming and then Kudra. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, there's a lot to be done for sure. Which actually, call Philip real quick. And I need to go take care of those pests as well. I'll grab this. Let's see. So I can do /desk as well and change the time to daytime. And now whenever we kill the fireflies, right? They should give us more overbloom, which if I swap it, I've swapped it to daytime. Does that mean they're not going to spawn the fireflies as much? Which, hold up, I do need to spray. I need to buy some jelly. Let me get 5 of this real fast. 1, 2, 3. This is only active for the next 20 minutes, so we got to make the most of it while it's here. And then after it's over, we're just gonna have to insta buy as much as we can. Boom, do this. Okay, we're just gonna start here and carry on. Got full sunset 5 on my armor and then some, which is awesome. Hey, let's go. You can get over 100% drop rate with overbloom. You have a chance to double drop. Got you. Hold up, I forgot to change it. We're just gonna leave it at nighttime because I'm just gonna keep forgetting to do this. And yeah, these bozos aren't gonna drop anything because I had it set today. Trolling. Yeah. I'll learn one of these days. I mean, I'm still getting 147 overbloom at nighttime, so that's pretty good still, I would say. I'd say that's still pretty solid. Got me into Mossy. We're running Mossy right now, which I might get a Manted set at some point if I really end up hard grinding dung dye, but until then, not really planning on getting it. How's Moonflower the meta? Well, right now it is in the Harvest Feast, which is the first time it's been in the Harvest Feast for like 3 SkyBlock years. So it's the drop from it, Crystallized Moonflower, is selling for 2 mil a piece. So if you manage to drop that a decent amount with good overbloom and stuff, then make bank. Where's the Grand Bakery? It's not the Grand Feast right now, so it doesn't exist. Gotta wait till Finnegan gets elected for that. Got, yeah, I read that. I got total 40 sunset on the last 32 lunar moths. Bro, what? That's crazy. That is kind of crazy. Missing XP is farming XP. My missing XP is from lunar moth bestiary. So we're going to be farming a bit today because I got to get a lot of those bozos to spawn. Basically, I got to get a ton of lunar moths to spawn, which is going to be from traps. I got to get 50 of them. So we're going to have to farm for a pretty long time to get that to happen, but hopefully it's not too bad. I'm farming mycelium. The grind is real out here, bro. For real, bro. Went from moonflower to mycelium. The difference is crazy. Our visitors are showing up quick because I have it set to nighttime, so our sunset is boosting that. I did create a buy order, which, okay, a good chunk of that has sold. So let me actually TP over here. And we're going to cancel most of these, which I really shouldn't be worried about these. The only thing that can show up is copper dye, and I already have that, so only thing that really matters. But I guess overgrown grass would be nice, but not that crazy. Okay, yeah, so we got some more crystallized moonlight. So I currently have 3 on me. We've got 16 here. This thing still hasn't sold, which is frustrating. But let's see, recipe for moon dew. So we can go ahead and craft 9 of this. So I'm gonna lay that out in 4 right here. We're gonna get rid of this compost and we're gonna throw the moon dew in here. Boom. Boom. Actually, wait. Why did I lay it out in 4? I need to lay it out in 3. I'm throwing. Actually throwing. Alright, so that will be 9, which is a good start. It's a good start. We still got a lot that we're going to need out of this, but it's fine. Hopefully we'll make a good chunk of money from farming here in the meantime from the moonflowers. But again, we're only doing this for the next 20 minutes that we're doing moonflowers at least. I don't know what crops are showing up after this. I didn't really check because I woke up and there was only 30 minutes left. So I wanted to go ahead and jump in. Farming moonflower for money in the last 5 minutes, doing everything else. Kick W, the Drake meme, for real. But yeah, we will get around to doing other things today, because I think, do the pest traps, do they fill up at the same rate whether you're farming or not? I think they fill up faster when you're farming, so we'll probably do farming until we get those filled up. But after that, it is Aatrox right now, so I did want to do some tarantula farming today, so we might just do some tarantula at some point. But yo, it's good tail. Currently grinding slayers. What's up? We are working on crystallized moonflower drops right now. I need enough to make 50 moon dews, which we've already got quite a few, but hopefully we can get a bit more out of these guys. Every time we spawn pests, it hopefully means at least 1. There's 1. There's 2. All right, there we go. Just like that. Back here. Okay. So I imagine I probably need to reset the buy order. Here, I'll set up for like 80-ish. Well, there you have it. I may have goofed. I didn't mean to insta-buy. I meant to... Whoops. Alright, well, I think we just need 1 more then. And then we're set. Because we got 9 right now, so I need 82 in total. And this is that 83? It's 83. Alright, well, we have enough. I'm throwing. It's fine. It's fine. Where were we? Right here. We'll just carry on for the next 15 minutes because I already said I was going to. Mushroom cane rose next. Okay. I mean, again, I don't really need any of those. I can do cane though, I guess. I think I still have the gems on the cane hoe actually. Been grinding Carmine for this rotation. Got up to 40 mil overflow XP and still haven't dropped it. I got so lucky with that the last time it was in. Like actually, like 4th Thunder that I spawned, it was Carmine, which is absolutely insane. I don't you have the pest thing because it doesn't give SkyBlock XP and I'm not planning on farming that long. So I'll get it at some point, But I mean, it just got made cheaper whenever they added. I guess it's been a week or two now, probably a week and a half since that got made a bit cheaper. But I'll get it at some point. But I do not make a habit of farming. Once we're done with this, I will not be farming for a while, unless like Vincent gets wild strawberry dye or dung dye. That's like the only scenarios where I end up farming again, or I guess if Finnegan gets elected. So I'll buy it the next time that Finnegan's elected, probably, or that it looks like he's getting elected. But until then, it's not really a priority. Gonna do Rose for the pet upgrade or whatever it is. Gotcha, got you. Yeah, that one. Rose has the gelatin, which is for the bee upgrade, I believe. Got SOS flare from my friend, so should I low-key get Blaze Slayer requirements for it? I mean, if you think you can do it for relatively cheap, I guess it might be worth doing. Is belonging on the current version of the stream, bro? Like, I've answered your question 4 times at this point. Because I'm poor. TLDR. If I need to simplify it, I guess. We make an updated farming progression guide. I mean, the progression's still the same. The only thing they really added is, like, the new talisman from Grand Feast and, like, the Feast enchant, I guess. And then there's the Vacuum enchant. Like, it's really not that much added. I might make a new guide on, like... Okay, let me throw this in here. I make a new guide for Harvest Feast, like for the Grand Feast when it comes out again. I might make a guide on that. But I don't know, a full farming progression guide revamp when they've just added like a few enchants, it's still gonna be the same video, just saying a little bit. You have enough for it, way more than enough. I'm aware. I don't do farming. If you listen the first time I answered your question. I don't farm. The only time I farm is if Finnegan gets elected or if Vincent has dung or strawberry dye. Could be good. Bro, Golden, if you drop strawberry right now, I'm gonna be so mad. Low-key. I don't know. How much have you farmed? Because you low-key might have earned it at this point. Yeah, Rose, Cactus, and Cane. Cactus will be goofy. Goofy if it's Cactus. Which, just, I guess Cactus probably still makes a little bit, but... Because of all those talisman upgrades, I broke 1950 MP. AGG. He's getting close to the golden E or Sigma, whatever it is. Saw Lunar Solver highlight the green box, but it's just copper, bro. Sad. Sad. Yeah, I think Vincent is generally worth it just because copper. He gives a lot of copper. And he asked for, what is it, like sunflower, I think, right? And sunflower is relatively cheap, I think. Because everybody farms it. Mushroom, not cactus. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Cactus is kind of goofy. Alright, there we go. Let's go beat these bozos up again. Alright, we got another 10 minutes of this. And our pest traps are not full yet. That's really the big thing we're going to have to keep an eye on is our pest traps today. 1, 2, another moonlight. 3. Beautiful. Alright, I think we're back here. Yert. Yoink. Do I want to get Jasper Drill or 655 first? I'm 27,000 from Heart of the Mountain 7. I mean, Jasper Drill will be good for your gemstone powder grind, so it's not a bad idea to do that one. And then you can upgrade to 655 after the gemstone powder is done. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Because I think Jasper boosts your gemstone powder by like 20%, so it's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Current price of Moon Dew, last I checked it was like at 5 mil, but if you crafted it yourself it's like 4 mil or like 4.5. It's a little bit of a flip to do that. Dang. How do you get half an overbloom? What do you think of all the mods 10? I don't really play mod packs. I mean, I've played a couple just from a few big servers that we did with Nitros, with some of his guild members, some of my guild members and stuff, people from the community. But yeah, I mean, I don't really play mod packs too much. I might start trying them out at some point. I mean, they look cool, but I'm more interested in Windcraft mod pack, or not Windcraft, Hightail mod packs once those are a little bit closer to being done. Kind of crazy how you almost hit 33k. We're very close. Very, very close. How far off max XP? We just need 50 lunar moth kills, which shouldn't take us ridiculously long today. It's just the problem of waiting for pest traps to be done. But joining this server is Hypixel on Java edition of Minecraft. The server IP is www.hypixel.net English. So www.hypixel.net. Smile. Bro got an overclocker. Bro might be cooked. Yeah, maybe a little cooked. It's a crazy amount of overbloom. Crazy. I'm 4.85 mil out of the 5 mil for legendary pulse ring. Hey, GG. 1121 MP, I think. Got you. Yeah. Blaze might be a little rough at that point, but probably not too bad. And John Bedrock. Nope. It's Java only. What's good, Snacks? How you doing today, bro? Just woke up. I'm at the price of crystallized moonlight. Yeah, it's like 2.3. Pests. Oh, I'm trolling. I'm trolling. Good comms. I mean, we got a 2-minute cooldown, so if I'm a little late, it's not that bad. But good comms. I was only a little late because you said something. I would have been a lot late if not. Dang, we just dropped everything off that. What the heck? What in tarnation? Getting a lot of vinyls right now. It's so weird that it doesn't show my like farming fortune when I kill pests now. It's so goofy. So strange. Alright, let's see. Bruh. You just teleport up here. Stop running into walls, bozo. SMH my head. Might go for 2 bill gemstone powder in first place in hardstone. What's your opinion on that grind? 2 bills a little crazy. But I respect it. I respect it. I mean, if you enjoy it that much. But personally, I did not enjoy powder grinding enough to do it that much. Yeah, Moonflower, we got less than 10 minutes left on Moonflower. Once it's done, I don't know what we'll do. Probably do Cane, I think. Will be our next grind. More Moonlight, let's go. So I'm gonna need a total of 41 Moon Dews, which I've already bought. But hey, a Helianthus too, let's go. You got the pet rule. So the pet rule doesn't work for me. I tried using it. I think it's a ping thing. Like if you're on high ping, then it'll work, and if not, then it won't. That's my understanding. Alright, what did we need? 365. A whole year's worth of enchanted pumpkins. This guy's asking a lot from me. Dang, that is a nice pair of boots though. Holy. What's good? Replays KW. Alright, let's grab this. Come here, boy. Alright. How's the pest doing over here? None have spawned. I'm depressed. Recipe, Moondew. So I needed 41. Right? Hold up, I don't have enough install. Yoink. Let's buy. That should be enough. I think. Try this again. Alright. 44. So I only need 41. So 1, 2, 3. Boom. Boom. Alright. Bang. Bang. How? Alright. So everything else that we get is free game. Fair game. Whatever. We only got 6 minutes left, so who cares? Pet rule. Yeah, when you enter combat, equip Hedgehog and all that stuff. Like when gain farming XP, equip Rose Dragon. When enter combat, equip Hedgehog, something like that. But yeah, it doesn't work for me. I think you have to be on high ping for it to work. Is my understanding. I'm just not laggy enough. It has pros and cons. I suppose. All right, here we go. Sold. Yoink. All right. I'm creating sell offers for this, and that'll help pay for some stuff. Farm XP one is unnecessary. I just use on rod swap, equip rose drag, and swap in between each pest. Okay. Since so that's the, if you're on good ping, you do rod swap instead. Oh, interesting. Maybe the XP bugged out. It wasn't even the, yeah, I guess it was that, because I mean my farming fortune and my overbloom went down when I was doing it, so maybe I had it backwards as well. 66 away from max bestiary. Let's go, dude. Yeah, we need exactly 50 kills, and then I'll be done. And we'll be maxed again, and then knowing my luck, they'll come out with Lotus Toll tomorrow. I think that's what happened for the last time I maxed XP. It was like right before the next update dropped. Like I maxed XP the day before Harvest Feast came out. Going to a fish store today to look at some larger fishies. So they don't get stuck in the filter. Feels bad, man. Not getting anything today, but just looking. Got you. Test does give farming XP, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It didn't work. Bad. It didn't work. Today's the day I get Crown of Avarice on Iron Man. AGG. Yo, what's good, William? How you doing, bro? I have played one Five Nights at Freddy's game. It was like the first horror game I ever played was the VR version of like Help Wanted 2. I guess that's only on VR, but still. And holy cow, man. Should not play a VR game as your first horror game. You just dive in the deep end there, dude. Unless we're counting Subnautica. I definitely played that, but I don't really consider that a horror game. More of a survival thriller. You know, Crimson Helmet is better than Crown for Blaze. It is better than a Bill Crown once you get it to 9 stars, which is really expensive. It has to be 9-star Infernal to be better. But yeah, it's very, very pricey. Can work with high ping, but it's easier when using the disco, since when you get pests individually, you swap between rows and hedge constantly, so that's why the overbloom looks low, but it does still count. Interesting. Interesting. Better than a bill because they fixed swipe on Blaze. Having the helmet doesn't boost the swipe ability, though. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Do people just struggle to keep 10 stacks if they don't have the Infernal Helm? Subnautica is a horror game. I watched my homie get snatched by Churro. Yo. Bro, we're getting all the legendary visitors right now. Best crop to farm for fun, not including the money, in your opinion? I mean, they're all pretty trash, I'm not gonna lie. I don't farm for fun, for sure. From 2x in 3 out of 4 to 3x in 4 out of 4? I didn't know that was a thing. Nani? Well, the more you know, I guess. Fair enough. Farm with mosquito to make pests spawn faster. For the trap, that's true. That is true. Once the what are they called? They're out of season. Once Moonflower's out of season, in 2 minutes, I'll swap to that. That's good comms. You had to choose one crop. Oh wait, I'm full on pests. I'm throwing. I don't know. Probably Moonflowers. I mean, these have been fun as of late, I guess. Fun. It's the most recent one I've farmed, and it was the easiest to max crop milestones on, so it's pretty chill. Yoink. All right, well, there you have it. We got 1 minute left. Let's make it count. But anyways, you can just manually rod swap back to rows after kill. So for mosquito, do I just equip mosquito when I kill the pests in the pest traps and then it works, or do I need to use rose drag the whole time? Dang it, 30 seconds next. Yeah, I'm not spawning. All right, well, there we go. It's Jover. It's Jover. Stop talking, Ted. Ted, shut up. All right, we're taking this. Yoink. Call George. We're putting him down. I'm sorry. That's 500k for me, though. We'll take it. Hi there. I guess we'll take it because it's green. I'm not taking that one, though. All right. Well, there you have it. And if we swap this here, actually, I want to unnick in case we do manage to drop Dung Tai today. I wanted to show on my IGN. This will be like the first die that I drop on Red Name if it were to happen. Every other die that I've dropped since Red Name, I've been nicknamed. But let's see. So Mosquito, I probably kill with Rose and then swap to Mosquito after. Mosquito, when collected pest traps will catch the next pest 20% faster. So if I open the pest trap with Mosquito and then swap to the Rose Drag after, is that the strat? Probably. So if we just like release all these and then use Rose, bang, 3 books, 3 for 3, clean. Okay. What did I do with the other ones? Yeah, okay, so we got 4 in here. So I should be able to upgrade one piece to Sunset 4. Let's do the helmet. I do believe we can do that. So Sunset 2, Sunset 3, Sunset 4. Bang. Alright, that's 4 pieces of Sunset 4. Very nice, very nice. Let's make sure to change the time to day, as a matter of fact. Alright, so these guys are still going to keep going on. And in the meantime, I guess we go on to... I have the carrot hoe here. I guess we'll just do sugarcane. Boom. Sugarcane. What else is in season here? So sugarcane, wild rose, mushroom. So there's the gelatin. There's 486. There's cane nuts. Yeah, let's do cane nuts. So for cane nuts, we need to do mosquitoes, right? And then to spawn mosquitoes, I need to use compost, I think. Here we go. Let me double check that. Yes. All right, cool. Yo, let's go say RGG. Yeah, I killed it at night, which was less overbloom. That is a little awkward, but we still dropped 3 for 3, so it's pretty good. Put Rose on kill mosquito, I think. I think we need mosquito when we open it, and then Rose to kill, I think is how it works. I could be tripping though. Can I sell these? Yay. Alright, let's do recipe for the moon flowers. Boom, boom. Do this. And then we sell all this stuff. Did I already sell the moon dews? The 3 extra moon dews we had? I must have. I think. Anyways. I do need the compost, actually. Get the compost out first, because we're going to need that. And we can sell the rest of this stuff. 8 mil. Up to 380 or 370 mil. Pretty good. We'll take it. This didn't sell. Feels bad, man. Alright, so We do this, we'll spawn mosquitoes, and that'll get us more cane nuts, and we should be in the winning then, in theory. I want to visit your garden for the mutations, but I have no clue what your IGN is. Do exclamation IGN in the chat, and it'll pop up. Yoink. Hedgehog in combat, not work on good ping. That's kind of crazy. Gotta nerf yourself with VPN or something to farm. Yeah. I don't know. Apparently, maybe it's the farming XP one for the rose drag that doesn't work. But I don't know. Alright, how do these pet rules work then? If we... Doing on fishing rod, like... You know what? I really don't care. I really don't care. We're just doing this to get pests to spawn in the traps faster. Like, I do not care. We're good. But chance for the rare crops on pests, I think it depends on the crop. But honestly, I don't know. I do not know. This is a good question. I don't think they said it in the patch notes, did they? When they announced they were doing that? Maybe they did and I just forgot. Bro gave up instantly, legit. I just don't care. I do not care. Because I'm going to have to throw a fishing rod every time I kill something, and that's just effort. I'm good. Is it possible to get more than one sunset per kill with a ton of overbloom? Apparently, yeah. If you have over 186 overbloom, then you have a chance. Right now, 217 is the max. Is that the max overbloom? 217? That's crazy. Apparently with the pet rules, you can do that. That is kind of fancy. I mean, I would do it for the lunar moths, maybe not everything else. Just check the wiki, says it's a 15%. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable, I would say. Pretty reasonable. Okay. If I do these pet rules. So I would do when enter combat for hedgehog. And then do what for the rose drag? It just didn't show up when I was doing it. Is the problem. Throw fishing rod and then when enter combat. Okay. Is that it? I think that's it. No, Sun's Grasp is not donatable to museum, no. Thankfully. That would be ridiculous. That'd be like putting OG Devon's drill in the museum, which they would never do. Guess they learned, though. Have Rose Drag equipped for the vacuuming. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Nah, Gavin, there's pet rules where you can get both the Overbloom from Hedgehog and the Rose Drag at the same time. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Dang, 177 for that? That's kind of nice. That's really nice. Holy. Cookage. Yeah, it's kind of wild. So apparently if you have Rose Drag equipped and then you do when enter combat equip Hedgehog, then it should work. But okay, that is a crazy that is a crazy name. Actually wild. Heck W. Like, how does YouTube let that name through actually though? You know? That's kind of insane. Looks like I left a pest. I'm trolling. What's good, Taco? How you doing, bro? Certified. Actually wild. What was it? Don't worry about it, bro. Hold up. Where's... How did I miss one? I'm throwing. Absolute thrower. There we go. First try. Okay, we're up here. Yoink. Tell me it later, I will forget. Nothing much, just grinding cobble. Dang, haven't heard anybody grinding cobble in a hot minute. In a hot minute. Man, I did not want to be farming today, but I completely forgot Harvest Feast was starting this soon. I thought it was going to start tomorrow. But it starts today. I mean, good timing, I guess. If, like, I don't guess they're dropping Lotus Atoll tomorrow because they have to do maintenance. There's just no way. Unless that was the back-end changes and they already did the maintenance for it and they're just going to be able to drop it whenever they want. I mean, that would be great. We get maintenance. I don't know. It's more fun to have maintenance right before an update, I feel like. Because then it's not like, oh, we're getting maintenance for no reason. Like, after the maintenance is over, nothing's changed, you know? Okay, so now I'm back down to 162. How was I getting 15 more a minute ago? How did that work? I was at 177. The cred? Best mining money method in your opinion? From what I've heard, coal mining is still top tier, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy that in the big 26, the best method for making money from mining is coal mining. You had crop fever at that point? Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. Crops are in feast rotation: cane, wild rose, and mushroom right now. Those are the top tier. I got 110 mil per hour with moonflower in total. Goodness, man. That is crazy. That is some coinage right there. Holy. Holy. Let the man cook. How much are those special drops? The cane one is like 1.5 million right now. But it's probably going to drop over time, of course. I know the wild rose one's like 450k. I don't know about mushroom, though. Which pet rule to equip Rose Drag? Like, I get combat for Hedgehog, but I don't get for Slug. I'm confused by the question. But apparently, like, the pet rules for the most Overbloom is, like, it depends on your ping. You can do wind gain farming XP, but that's apparently only if you are laggy that works. So if you have high ping, you can do it that way, but if you're on low ping, then just like on cast fishing rod, equip Rose Drag, and you just equip Rose Drag in between each pest kill. What's the uses for normal stone? I don't think it really has much. I mean, it's just building block, really. Maybe a couple like armor sand crafts or something like that, but that's something with lasso is still goated. It's like 16 mil more an hour just from shards. I thought they made it so you couldn't hunt with lasso anymore. Or you can't hunt with black hole. That's what it was. Yeah, people were doing that back in the day, but that got deleted. 07s. All right, cane knots coming in hot. Yo, low key, the thing about this, right, is you can farm these guys. Good grief, I'm getting crop fever every 2 seconds, by the way. But you can farm mosquitoes without having to change the time of day to get the extra overbloom from sunset, so that part's really nice. I use slug and hedgehog. Pet rule for hedgehog is combat, but what should I do for the slug fishing rod? I mean, you could do that, yeah. If you have like the 2 armor sets, then a lot of people, you know, if you have one for manted and one for mossy, then a lot of people will do it on armor set swapping. You know, just auto pet rule there. But yeah, fishing rod's fine. That's what I did back in the day. I think mining coal is the best mining method right now. Coal mining in the hub for real, for real. Totally. You know, black hole, but it's still pretty good. Only takes an extra 30 seconds each spawn, and you get like an extra 120k a pass. That's pretty solid, yeah. That's not too shabby. Kinda cookage. Probably doesn't add up to as much if you have like the bug blender enchant, but that thing's expensive. Have it max level on your vacuum. Yo, no problem, Poe. Happy to help, man. Yo, it's good, Markiplier. Why isn't gold better than coal? It's a great question. I think it's because people use coal a lot more. Like, gold has some uses when it comes to like Diana and stuff, but other than that, it's usually pretty close to NPC price. But coal, people are constantly fueling their Inferno minions, and you need a ton of enchanted coal for that. So that's why coal is usually a little bit pricier than NPC. Plus, to do it, there's a bit of a knowledge gap. You have to like have a route in Crystal Hollows between all the different coal veins. So Coal mining and mineshaft grinding go on par normally of how much they make per hour. Just depends on your mineshaft luck. Yeah, it's a little more RNG based on that one. Should wait for crop fever when collecting traps. I don't care that much. I don't care that much. Coal blocks are like 30k, but the enchanted is like 2k. Goes crazy, bro. It goes crazy. That's why we gamble. Exactly. He gets it. Alright, well, those guys got smoked. Got a dragonfly, mosquito, and other mosquito. Nope, that's a moth. Never mind. Disappointed. Oh, well. Oh, swell. We might hit 300 mil sodas today if this takes too long. Low-key. What'd you say the best crop for money per hour, excluding Harvest Feast event? I know a lot of people do wheat for like NPC sell on Iron Man, because that one is like the seeds on top of the wheat that you get makes it better. So a lot of people do that one. But I don't know when it comes to Bazaar, like what's peak. That of course is going to fluctuate a lot depending on Harvest Feast. So stay hydrated, boys. Got you. I'm starting an Iron Man. Yeah, so that would be the best one is wheat. Das numero uno. Makes like 40 mil an hour in NPC. Dang. I see why pest farming is the strat for Iron Man. Ain't nobody making that much from mining on Iron Man. At least not outside of Mining Fiesta. But yeah, no problem, man. Happy to help. But yeah, we might get to some Tarantula Slayer later today. Honestly, I've really enjoyed the Tarantula changes. Have you ever done fasting? Not like from food. Like we would do sometimes for Passover, do like, what's it called? Just like fast off of something specific. Like, okay, I'm not going to play any games on my phone for a week. Or I'm not going to play the games on the Wii for a week, or I'm not going to watch my favorite show for a week, things like that. I mean, it wasn't always electronics based, but, you know, usually something like that to help us focus on the right things, you know? Yoink. What do we got? Send it. Just dopamine detox, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, I mean, we didn't, or we would fast from like specific types of food as well, or like drinks and stuff. So maybe like instead of, you know, normally I would drink a lot of lemonade or a lot of sweet tea or something like that, and I might be like, all right, I'm only gonna drink water for this next month or the next couple weeks or whatever time period it was, or I'm not gonna eat this specific type of food that I really like that's bad for me, you know, like I might not have dessert for a month or something like that, you know, like not put ourselves in a space of like, you know, actually, you know, like shaky and things like that, dehydration, that sort of thing. But doing without something that we would normally have, so that every time we would go for that thing, be like, ah, wait, I'm giving up this small thing, which is nothing compared to what Jesus gave up, you know, that sort of thing. Just make you constantly be thinking about it, you know, a few times a day from that, at least a few times a day. Fast from going outside for a week, for real, dude. Your actual fast for like 8 hours, no water, no food. It feels so good after the fast. I mean, I've done that on accident. I've done that on accident for sure. Oh dang, Vermin Vaporizer's actually selling for crazy. Yoink. Dang, cane nuts. Going ham. We just made 20 mil from that? That's crazy. Actually crazy. Oh yeah, when does... I need to keep an eye on my... my sprays, low-key. But yeah, I've fasted for 8 hours definitely before, and I did not feel good after that. I'll tell you that right now. I did not feel good after that. All right, so let's see. When we do this, I can make this rose drag. Okay. And then when enter combat, hedgehog. Nope. It's the wrong thing. Hedgehog. There we go. All right. And then if I equip the mosquito right now. Where's mosquito? Hold up. I'll find him. There he is. All right. So we claim these. Right? And then we swap to rose drag. Okay. It's not telling me how much overbloom I'm getting. Which is kind of goofy. But, I mean, we're dropping a book every single one, so I guess it's working. I guess it's working. What should I spend my gold medals on? I have more than 200. I mean, for me personally, I just buy Jacob's tickets because they sell to MP, or not NPC, to Bazaar for a crazy amount of coins. So that's usually what I do. All right, sunset 3. Oh, yeah, by the way, hold up. Loot 'em all 13. That is 59 out of 100 kills done. Just 41 left to go. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I do that twice a week and it's so good for my cut. I mean, I do not need a cut. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. In high school, I was like unhealthily underweight. And I'm probably still a little bit unhealthily underweight. But if anything, I need to bulk up low key. Low key. All right, I'm gonna throw this in here. I guess I need to buy a Titanic real quick, and that should help out. All right, full sunset 4 armor. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice, I must say. How much does max shards cost? It's billions for sure. I mean, when I did it, at least it was billions, and I'm sure it's still billions. They made it cheaper since when I did it, of course, because they always do. Guess I already did that. Best way to get overbloom up? Rose drag and then the chips is the main 2 ways. Did I set spawn over here? I don't think I did. I think it's still at the other spots. So if we do this, set spawn, here we go. Honestly, should, but only if you actually want to. Don't let social media affect how you eat. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just I need to. I don't like steak a lot of times. Maybe I'm weird for that, but my brother's been making it better. But you know, I mean, I used to get well done, and of course that would be why I didn't like. I mean, my dad got well done, and he's crazy for that. And I just got it because he got it, and then I tried it without well done. I'm like, huh, this is better. Why does he eat it well done? But like, I don't know. I usually just don't get hungry. I don't know why. I just don't. It's not even just like proteins and stuff. It's just I just don't get hungry most of the time. I mean, I guess I'm just a picky eater, probably is part of it, but I'll eat stuff. I just don't usually enjoy it, I guess. I guess that's how to word that. The max I fasted was only like 5 hours. Yeah, I mean, I've probably, you know, I mean, there's a few streams that I've done probably where I played for 8 hours on like an update release day. Wait, what? Why has it got me on 96 now, the crud? Oh, wait. That'll be why. Figured it out. Well, isn't Overbloom over 100 not benefit as much? Yeah, it still benefits. It's like saying Magic Find over 100 doesn't benefit as much, you know? It still does plenty over 100. 100 doubles it, and then you go past that, and it gets closer to tripling it, and then past 200, it gets closer to, you know, quadrupling it. Well done steak is insane, bro. Your dad's a psycho. I know, dude. I know. Absolute madness. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it's a texture thing. I don't know. I just feel like even when I get medium steak, like it's not as chewy, of course, as well done, but well done, I would just be chewing it for ages, and I hated that. spend 30 minutes chewing one piece of steak. For real. Pain in the butt. Hey, nice dunks. Let's go. Go gadget pixel reducer. Heck yeah, man. This is the farming experience. Sorry, boys. We plan on doing during maintenance. Have they announced maintenance? They still haven't announced the date, right? Like they didn't announce it for tomorrow yet. Or am I tripping? Either way, we'll probably do what we did last time and do more profile reviews, which I expect will hit 33K before the maintenance, unless it is tomorrow. But we'll find out soon enough. I think all old people just like well done steak because they're used to it. I mean, my mom prefers medium rare. They're the same age. So I think he's just weird. I'm pretty sure. Which he doesn't eat a lot of stuff, which I respect. He like tries to obey some of the older like Old Testament laws on eating. Hold up, I'm tripping. There we go. Yoink. Because I mean, you know, I think it was Paul, can't remember what book it was in, where he's like, you know, you don't have to obey the old laws of eating and all that stuff, but it's still good to do because I mean bacon's not healthy for you, we all know that, but we like it anyways. But my dad, he won't eat bacon, he won't eat like shrimp, so yeah, he won't eat anything pig, he won't eat like lobster, shrimp, or crab, anything like that. But yeah, I don't know why he likes the steak well done. That has nothing to do with any of that other stuff. He has some weird eating habits. That's what I'm trying to point out. But know that if you don't eat, you will die. I did know that from Leviticus. Yeah. So melon. What about melon? Yeah, I mean we all got our own beliefs belonging. We all got our own beliefs. He put A1 on his steak. We don't usually add dressing onto it. Like my brother does. He's got a smoker, so a lot of times he'll do some steaks in the smoker. Good stuff though. Can I ask you a question? You can ask. Depending on the question, I may or may not know the answer, but I'll try. Yo, let's go. Tail, Primordial Eye, GG. Dang, see, that was 198 Cane Nut. Or 198 Overbloom on that Cane Nut. That's crazy. Yeah, Pet Rule's working now. That's much better. I think I had it vice versa, where it was gain farming or like equip Rose Drag on combat or something. I don't know. It wasn't working before though. Or at least the number wasn't popping up. Alright, where were we? Our pest traps are still not full, so we'll just keep going till those fill up. Yesterday at church I taught about spiritual warfare and it was low-key like a real conversation. It was really good. That's good. Let's see, I'm trying to remember what the message was yesterday. It's hard to listen as much when you're running the sound system because you're locked in on that part, making sure none of the microphones are muted at the wrong times and stuff. Which I did mute the microphones at the wrong times because I'm talented like that. Anyways, let's see. I'm calculating. What was it on? Bro, I can't remember what I had for breakfast. Like we're down bad. Does Jesus died for our sins? If Jesus is God, was he need to sacrifice himself for our sins? Can he just forgive us without sacrificing himself? So it's the problem of separating sin from the person, right? Because there's forgiveness, but there's also like enabling, right? Because you can go and forgive a murderer, but they're not going to like stop murdering if you just forgive them without making them do anything, right? So this way it adds that extra step for us. Like, we don't have that much to do, right? Like, we don't have to go and die on a cross or constantly be killing sheep and lambs like in the old days. But yo, what's good, Flash? How you doing, bro? So this kind of just adds in that extra step so that we have something to do. That's like the spiritual side of it, that, you know, we have to do something. It's not just everybody go do whatever you want, sin all you want, you'll be good later, you know? Like, this adds something that we still have to do. We still have to take that step of acceptance, you know? And also, I do see this a lot of, like, why not, dang, 213? I guess we have crop fever right now, don't we? Good grief. What was the question? Or what was I gonna say? Let's see. I gotta give my brain a moment. Finish these. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. I mean, God cannot be in a place with sin. So if he just forgave us and we were still sinful, right? Then, like, and he just allowed sin to exist, then heaven wouldn't be heaven if sin's still there, right? So we gotta have some source of being able to do that. Why did Jesus sacrifice himself in the first place? Because he loves us. I mean, there was no other way that we were gonna get to heaven, right? I mean, think of it this way, right? Like, if you go and you code a game and you let people play the game and the game's played, you know, you've got this way of intention that is meant to be played and people are meant to do these things in it. And then somebody comes in and they find a bug and people start bug abusing and doing these crazy skips and other things. It's a weird, what's the word? Metaphor for this, but stay with me. You're not planning on all of these bugs and all of these bug fixes and all this stuff. Like, that's not part of your update process, right? So you gotta come in and completely rewrite it. And to be able to fix all these people doing bug fixes. You can't, like, even if you go in and fix the bugs, people might still play on the old versions. I'm really getting lost in this metaphor. I'm really getting lost in this. Heck W. Hopefully y'all are still following me on this. But, like, the designer has a plan for how the game is meant to be played, right? The dev has a plan for it. And so when people come in and do other things, you're not, like, planning on these other things being done, on these bugs and stuff being done. And you have to get rid of the bugs, but it's very difficult to get rid of the bugs without getting rid of the players remembering the bugs, right? So you've got to add a way for those bugs to be forgotten, basically. Can I ask one thing? You know that's a question, right? So you just did. Got him. Got him. Appreciate it, Ninja. Thank you, bro. Have a good one. Or not have a good one. God bless. Appreciate you, bro. First try. First try. Insane metaphor. Yeah, I hopefully y'all are still following me. I'm not good at metaphors on the fly, but you know what I'm trying to say. So he had to add this way to not only you got to add a way to separate the bug from the bug abuser. So you got to be able to separate the sin from the sinner, right? Got to explain it in SkyBlock terms. Oh my goodness, how am I going to explain this in SkyBlock terms, right? Jesus dying is like the opposite because it creates a safety net for sinners. It creates a way for us to get to him, but it creates the way for us to get to him without being sinners afterwards. You can only get to him without, like, even though you've already sinned, you're only going to get closer to him by trying to avoid sinning. So it gives us this way out, you know, but it's not just going to allow us to get there with no consequences. Like, I can, you know, accept forgiveness after going and stealing something, right? But I'm still gonna have to pay the consequences for stealing. Whereas if he just forgave us without us doing anything in the first place, then what's the point? We're just gonna go keep stealing stuff. We didn't really learn anything. Repent when exact. How to get so many crop fevers? I don't know, bro. I've never seen like anybody get this much crop fever as I'm getting right now. It's kind of crazy. Is Sinner a new garden visitor or something? Real. But why does God die if he's almighty and the perfect being? Because that's the only way that we can get to him, is from the death of perfection. Like, if we try, when in the Old Testament, right, when people would sacrifice lambs and stuff, like, that's innocence. The reason that worked was because we're sacrificing something better than ourselves in the place of innocence, to cover up our sins, right? So we're just covering it up with the blood of these lambs. But then we get Jesus, and he is the definition of perfection. And so he can take on all of our sins and us still be able to get to him, because he didn't cover up the sin. He completely got rid of it. So that's the difference. That's the difference there. Let me get rid of this. Was I gonna... I need to swap to Mosquito. Is there a mosquito skin in the game? Surely there is, right? Alright, let's grab these. Here we go.
As
okay.
a child, I yearned for the mines.
At Gavin 2069 donated $10 through Super Chat. Let me get that profile reviewing Train 2048.
Alrighty, I got you, Gavin. Appreciate the dono, man. Let's go. Alright, give me one moment, and I'll craft up these books. I think they fixed the Sky Crypt in Lunar this time. I think so. Bam, bam. But yeah, I mean, in the end, to be fair, I am just a Minecraft YouTuber, so I'm trying to explain it the best that I can. Hopefully I explained it well enough that y'all understood that a little bit, but you know, there's definitely smarter people than me that have done this a lot more than I have to ask. So if there's like a pastor or somebody that you wanted to talk to, I mean, there's plenty of pastors on YouTube, which, you know, some of them may not be the best, but find a good one, right, to ask these questions. And they probably have explained it better than I do, to be fair. Don't follow in the footsteps of other Minecraft YouTubers. True. But yeah, Gavin with the 10. Let's see what we got here. G Train 2048. Let's see. Is it actually showing images now? Hopefully. I guess we'll find out. Hold up. There we go. First try. He can literally just forgive us. Like, if the boss at work is mad at you, he can forgive you without killing yourself. Like, bro, this doesn't make sense. So it's not like that. Because again, God can't be in the same place as sin. If he allows sin to exist, then everything falls into chaos, right? Like, I mean, the world is the definition of that. Because he's given us free will, but we don't, like, see him here, like, physically. Because he can't be in this place. So imagine, right, like, picture this. So God's like your mom's house. Like, picture this, just your house, wherever you live, right? When you're a kid, you live here. If you go out and you get muddy and you track mud into the house, that's not okay. You got to go wash yourself off first, right? So if God was allowing that sin to exist without washing it off, like, he could forgive you, but the sin's still on you, right? So you come in and you've got this mud and you're tracking mud in the house. Like, that house is going to be filthy and disgusting, and no one's going to want to be there. So you got to have a way to wash off the sin first. So without Jesus, you don't have a way to wash off the sin. Hopefully that makes sense. Because again, yeah, like, if he just forgives you, you're still tracking that mud in the house. But you gotta have that repentance of, all right, I'm gonna wash this mud off. I'm not gonna be muddy anymore. You know. Got 1.2 thousand kills on Final Destination. Nice. Bro's cooking. But can't play for 2 months. That sucks, man. At least it's just because PC broke and not like false banned and wiped and stuff, you know. All right, stay hydrated, boys. How old is your profile? It's getting close to 4 years. We're getting close there. Exactly, AYD. Exactly. Did I miss some evangelism? You might have, just a little bit. Hopefully. I don't know if it's quite on that level, but I'm trying. You're changing your argument? I'm not. What? Where? I'm not. First off, I'm not trying to argue, but like, what did I change? None? What XP do you need for max? So we're getting Lunar Moth Beast here today. But let's get the profile review. So we're level 206 on a 6-month profile. So we're kind of cooking on that. 4 bill net worth, pretty solid, pretty solid. Combat 30. Okay, we've done a lot of farming. Holy cow, 136 mil overload farming. But we got 40 mil carpentry XP as well. Okay. How's the armor looking here? Dang, we got a couple pieces with sunset on them as well already. Oh, snap. So we got the Mossy set. Oh, wait, no. I don't know why it started doing this where it shows like the armor you're wearing and then it shows it in wardrobe too. Kind of goofy. Okay, we got a withered pooch sword as well. 600 MP. Okay. Pets. We've got the hedgehog. Very clean. And we got the slug as well. Okay, so we got, yeah, I mean, really good farming setup so far. Here, I'll read this in a second, Belonging. Let me finish this real quick. And then I will try and get to that. Let's see. We got Jasper and the Mithril Drill. Okay. 13,000 gemstones powder. So if you're going to do more mining, I would say before you do your glaciite XP, like you do your glaciite mine shafts, try and focus on gemstone powder first. Generally, I recommend 20 mil gemstone. And then you can start pushing for Heart of the Mountain 10 with mine shaft commissions. And when Mithril Gorman show up, you can do your Mithril powder grind. That's kind of the strat for that. Kata 22. Okay, so we're pretty high on Kata right now. I would say probably don't worry about dungeons for a little bit because your combat was at like 30. And I would say, I mean, you've done a little bit of E-Man. Probably try and get to Rev level 8. If you try and get to Rev level 8, that gives you a lot more healing and stuff, which will be really nice. And that should hopefully help with surviving the E-Man shenanigans. Minion slots, we got a lot of work to do. We gotta make some of these minions that we haven't crafted yet, because these are very cheap. You know, like gravel, just crafting up to like tier 5s. Some of these that we haven't made yet, crafting these up would be very worth it, making more money per day, a lot more. So would highly recommend doing that. Bestiary wise, we're looking pretty good. Let's see where are we at. Farming islands. So this would be, again, free XP here. This is like 28 more XP if you do all these bestiaries. And that's going to get you not quite to your next bestiary milestone, but 98 out of 100. So you'll be pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, we don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about any of this. Rift, though. Rift does have some free talismans in it. So this wouldn't be bad to do as well before you get into Slayers too much, because you get that extra magic find from Rift Necklace as well. So hopefully we can get that done before anything else. So my combat progression right now would be do Rift, then do Rev Slayer up to tier 8, and then probably jump into E-Man Slayer and try to get to E-Man 5 would be my recommendation. But yeah, that would be my recommendation. Wardrobe API still bugged. Yeah, it's kind of goofy. Kind of goofy. Any questions for Gavin? Anything I missed? Let me see. What are we looking at here? Okay, we got some paragraphs. They did it for the psychological impacts. If people wouldn't just do whatever they want, but if the sacrifice separates the sin from the sinner, that means the sinner is safe no matter what. So that's a whole nother conversation. Because there's argument in the community, of course, of whether you're saved whenever you accept Christ as your savior, savior, and then if you go on sinning, like, are you still getting to heaven? Or personally, I believe that if you are truly saved, then you will stop sinning. You know, it's faith reflects in your actions. So to have true faith, then that's what that would be in my experience. Gonna do rev this Aatrox, got you. Focusing on money before going into combat too much, like farming, mining, and foraging. Yeah, I mean, your farming setup is very strong, so doing that for money method is very valid, for sure. Let's see, did I miss? Please destroy the psychological deterrent. You're saying God staged horrific death to scare us into behaving, but also did it to tell us our sins don't define us. Which one is it? Wait, what? Destroys the psychological deterrent. I mean, by sinning, we allowed death into the world. Like, that is the story of Adam and Eve. Like, that is the history there. Is sin created death. Like, death didn't exist until we went out of the plan that God had for us. You do a profile review roast for 33K. Doing museum, so don't sell setups, so my net worth is soulbound. Okay, got you. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it as well, because then you don't, like, a lot of people will liquidate their farming setup after they hit max farming XP and be like, all right, I'm not going to farm anymore. I'm going to invest fully into dungeons. And then they don't make any money doing dungeons, and then they're just screwed from that point on. So, you know, it's just like 07. But here, let me read this again and see if I can understand. So that completely destroys the psychological deterrent. You're saying God staged horrific death to scare us into behaving. Also did tell us our sins don't define us. Which one is it? I mean, he didn't stage the death to scare you into behaving. Because it's like, he did that for you. Like, we deserved death because of sin. Like, that's just how it happened. Like, death didn't exist until Adam and Eve sinned in the garden. Like, it's the consequences of sin, you know? Like, the consequence of stealing something right now would be, you know, going to prison for a few years, depending on what you stole, blah, blah, blah. But the consequence, the wages of sin is death, you know? He didn't scare you into behaving. In fact, you have full free will to reject God and live without him if you want. Exactly. I mean, do what you want. It's your life. But it's for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Yoink. Yeah, the whole point is that he rose from the dead. Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't something to be afraid of. I mean, we're all gonna die. I think we've all figured that one out by now, I hope. But our spirit doesn't have to die because he took our place. Hold up. I got crop... Like, how am I getting crop fever this often? It's actually crazy. I've never got crop fever this much until, like, today. But is can of worms good to get to fishing 28 instead of doing water fishing? I only got, like, 20 mil in the last 30 minutes. I mean, I don't think can of worms is really the strat. If you're going to do something, probably do fishing minions. And again, you know, if you upgrade your fishing minion, like your minion slots, then you'll get more minions and be able to do that a bit faster. That would be my recommendation, is get some fishing minions, probably. Yo! Clean. Best in-game money method right now? Probably like T5 Kudra, I think, is the number one. But the problem with that is finding a party, of course. Like, if you were running dungeons the entire time, right? Like, or running Kudra the entire time, it'd be great. But half the time you're spent finding a party, and that's just downtime. But stealing my crop fever? My bad. Oh, Green was zoomed in. Good comms. I keep forgetting to do that. I think now that it's on Lunar, I should be fine to not zoom it in. I usually prefer to zoom it in when I'm showing it on SkyCrypt, because then y'all can't see like the weather in my area. I ain't trying to get doxxed, but I don't know if I've told my PC exactly where I'm at. It probably just knows and just says the weather nearby. Jesus is God, why can't he just say, I love you, I separate your mistakes from your worth, you are forgiven, without dying on the cross? Because somebody has to pay the consequences. That's how, again, the wages of sin is death, right? So somebody's got to pay for that sin. So whenever we sin, we are saying, all right, I choose death, basically. Like, forever. And so he came in and took our place, took the most painful death in all of history. Like, if you go and read, like, the Passion and, like, stuff that really shows what happened and, like, all the, how bad it was, like, the different things, like, he died, like, 5 different ways, basically. There were, like, 5 different things he would have died from if the first thing hadn't killed him, right? So, he's just taking our place. That's really what it is we're there and we're out here sinning. Excuse me. We're out here sinning, and then he's God, he made the system, can't he make an exception? He didn't make sin. Again, he made the system that was perfect, and we came in and broke it. That's what happened. So that's the problem. We came in and broke it, and by breaking it, we allowed death into the world. So that's what how he fixes it. He is making the exception by dying on the cross. That's what he had to do to make the exception. Oh, I spawned too many pests. I'm throwing. Yoink. 1, 2. I need to keep an eye on my pest traps, bro. I gotta keep an eye on them. So if we're doing... How fast do the pests spawn from the traps, chat? How fast is that? Bam, 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 bam. Yoink. Come here, boy. There we go. Feast fungus. Oh my days. That's what that's called. Alright, well, let's see how much does that feast fungus sell for? Somebody was asking that earlier. Bro, it's 100k. Oh, it's bad. How do you make this? The tip jar. 128 feast fungus. Should I make that? I don't think it's paying itself off. I'm gonna be real. I mean, it's only 17 mil though. You know what? Sure. What was the other thing? We needed 96 red mushroom blocks. Okay. Oh, no, that's going to be the problem here, isn't it? Good grief. Alright, whatever. Why not? Yoink. Fungal tip jar. Here you go. Lizards now have a chance to tip copper when you complete their commissions. Alright. Yay. That's awesome. Thought it was 100 million. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's still pretty bad. It's still pretty bad. So it was him dying. It still makes no sense. Why does an all-powerful God need a loophole to die just to show mercy? That sounds like a glitch in his own system. Again, he didn't make that system. He is ending the system. Exactly. We made the system. We broke it. We goofed it up. Yo, what's good, Biko? How you doing, bro? Yoink. Let's see. I need to equip Mosquito while we do this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 07 lurks. I appreciate you, bro. Yoink. That's wild talk. Alright, 07s. 07s, you're always welcome back, dude. Alright, we got 3 of these sunset boots. Osei. Yep, real. Here we go. This should be good. Him patching the glitch, exactly. Boom. Recipe. Nope. Slash anvil. First try. Is the farm jumping on soul sand fixed? I don't know, because the farm I'm using doesn't use depth strider right now. So honestly, I'm not sure, because I'm running my sugarcane farm. So I don't really know. Hold up. Anvil. First piece of sunset 5. Clean. All right. Just 3 more pieces to go. Okay, how many more is this? Oh, dang, they spawned again immediately with the crud. Okay. Let's spawn all these guys in. 1, 2, 3. Do this. Bang. 3 more books. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Is 3 the max number of vermin traps one can place? Yeah, sadly, it doesn't go higher than that. I don't have enough money for disco pest. Anyway, I'll buy this super useless flower pot. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. How much does the disco thing cost? Hold it up. It's 128 sunflower. Like, that's a little more expensive. It's a little more expensive, I would say. I was like less than 50 mil for what I just did. And then, yeah, that's a little more. I just delete the goof and forgive us for the single sentence instead of putting on a whole dramatic show of dying. I mean, again, that's not how it works. If he just... Hold up, wait. Oh, it shows the copper. Wait, it can only hold 100? You only get 100 extra? Alright, buddy. Yeah, that was not worth it. That was not worth it at all. But... yeah, I mean, like, again... somebody's got to die for the sin. That's just how it works. It's the wages of sin. He's gotta be just. Can you add me? Are you on Hypixel? If you're on Hypixel, you can send a friend request to exclamation IGN. You can send me a friend request. It'll all get auto accepted. It'll be automatically accepted. How to go join a friends guild to see what's going on, but I'll still be hanging around. All right, got you. Appreciate you, bro. Rose Drag is OP for farming. It's pretty OP, yeah. It's pretty goated. It's what, 40 extra overbloom? Kind of cooked. I know, right, Spring? Crazy. Appreciate you, bro. Heck W. On PlayStation 5. Yeah, I'm not. Nani. I'm on Java Edition, man. We don't got friend requests. This is not Bedrock. Smile. Contradicting your first point, you said he died for the psychological impact, so people wouldn't do whatever they wanted, but now you're admitting we would keep sinning anyways. Brother, what? Now you're admitting we would keep sinning. Some people would. And when did I say that? Like, I don't think that's... If I said that, that's not what I was meaning. But can we get a clip of whatever I said at the start? Because that was just a point that I was making. That was not, like, the point. Let's see, what did I say? How did I open this? I'm trying to remember how I opened this. It was like... What did I say? I don't remember. We do keep sinning, but it's all paid for, yeah. I mean, again, the goal is to not sin, but, like, we're not perfect, again. Otherwise, what was the point of Jesus, right? Bing, bing, bing. If that's what you got from that, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I mean, it does have a psychological impact, of course, but, like, that's not the whole point of it. Max level right now, we're missing 2 XP, so we're working on our Lunar Moth Bestiary. Why default farm? I mean, you don't really need anything fancy for sugarcane. Like, there's some fancy turns you can do at the end, I'm sure, but that's what you said. I mean, can we get a clip of it? because I can explain what I meant from that. If that's what, again, if that's how you understood that, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. But Keck W. Like, again, it does have a psychological impact, don't get me wrong. But, like, Jesus didn't die just so that we would feel good. You know? You have all XP from Feast Only Moth left? Yep, so that it's just the Moth Beast here. That's all we're doing today. If I say please to Hypixel, it gives me max in every category in Hypixel. That would be goated. I doubt he would do that. He's kind of busy with Hightail right now, though. You know? 1, 2. Rat pet. Of course, I get a legendary rat instead of a legendary slug pet, dude. Classic pest moment. They should make rats count for 5 minute NPC. That would be goated. That would be goated. How can I get Rose Dragon? It is from Ludlith, who shows up after you've done, I think, 100 unique visitors. You gotta do a lot of visitors. And I think you have to be garden like 14 or 15. But leveling Rose Dragon, do I put it in an XP share or use it while foraging? That's a good question. That is a good question. I mean, it'd be better to level it while farming, of course. But I mean, you can use it, I guess, while foraging. If you don't have like a Jade Drag or something goated to use, then might as well, right? Stay hydrated, boys. Boom, boom. We will do free PVs once we get to 33k subs. But I'm not doing them today. Smile. My camp farming is bugged. Oh, yeah. Got you. That is fair. Yoink. Got it. Smoked. Boom, boom. But anyways, again, I'm not like the best in the world at explaining this stuff, to be fair, so I just play Minecraft. So probably, again, you're probably better off talking to somebody who's done this before. But hopefully I'm getting the right points across for the most part, I hope. When you get more XP if you use Ocelot while Rose Dragon is in the XP share? No. I mean, you get more foraging XP, but not more XP on the pet. Because the amount of XP you get while XP sharing is just so slim. Alright, we can sell this stuff. Yoink. Alright, let's do this. Yeet. So the human friend didn't create the danger they're saving you from. Again, Jesus didn't create the sin. He didn't create it. We decided to jump into it. Alright, so imagine, right? We've got these rules here. And there's everything in the garden, for example. We'll just take that for example, is everything in the garden. Alright, guys. Don't touch that one tree. You've got the rest of the world to explore. There's one tree. You don't touch it. Because I'm going to burn it down. And we go and touch the tree. And now we're contaminated. And we gotta die. And we're out here being like, hey, God, why'd you say to burn the tree down? Or why do we gotta die because you're burning the tree down? I know you told us not to touch it, but we're gonna go touch it anyways. And we knew that when we touched it, we were gonna die. But hey, we don't deserve to die. You know, that's what's happening. If we go and God says he's gonna burn the tree down, and anybody who touches it, and we go and touch the tree, is God cruel for doing what he said he was gonna do? I don't think so. He didn't create sin, but if he has got to create the law that says sin requires death or punishment. Okay, so let's picture a world, a heaven where sin is allowed. Let's just picture that for a moment. So we all get to heaven, and we start stabbing each other and stealing each other's stuff and murdering and whatever else. All the evils in the world. That's what would happen. That's the heaven where sin exists. Like that's where that ends. That doesn't sound like heaven to me. You know? What is happening? We're having a theological talk while farming sugarcane. Heck W. Heck W. But yeah, I mean, that's just... Alright. I mean, that's just how heaven works, I feel like. I feel like that explains pretty good, right? Hopefully. Fresh stream, for real. Farming go burr, dude. Farming go burr. Ooh. It's so weird having to swap to rows in between every single one, though. But, I mean, it's working. Good grief. 4 mil right there. I'm making 4 mil every 3 minutes. Is that what's happening here? I mean, sugarcane kind of cooks, low-key. Is it worth going for an Estrella / hype? Depends on what stage of the game you're at. You know? But like if you're at the point where you're, you know, trying to dive into dungeons or Kudra, then probably worth it at that point. But before that, I mean, a lot of people get Estrella and hype like way too early. About mid-game, I'd say, okay. Like if you're getting into master mode dungeons or you're getting into Kudra, that's when you should think about getting an Estrella or a hype. Or like if you're gonna be doing like T4 blazes or something really high level, you know, maybe mythic Diana, things like that, then that's when you should think about getting a hype. But generally most of those cases you're using it as a healing item and not as a weapon, because a lot of people get Hyperion super earlier and they're like, yeah, I spent my whole net worth on a hype and now I'm gonna make a ton of money. Doing what? You ain't got no storm gear, you got nothing to do Kudra, you got nothing to do dungeons, and hype does nothing outside of both of those things pretty much. So it's like, it's really an afterthought, honestly, is what it should be. I want to start doing Kudra in dungeons. Okay. I mean, again, if you're doing F7, you know, you don't need one then. But once you get into Master Mode. You're changing the subject. No one is saying sin should be allowed in heaven. The question is, why did God have to die to fix the sin problem, though? Because somebody has to die to fix the sin problem. That's how it works. That's the laws of nature. It's just how it is. Like, again, don't touch the tree. If you touch the tree, you die. Because the tree contains the knowledge of sin. What do? They go and touch the tree. So they have to die. But not forever, because Jesus died. Jesus doesn't die, then they're dead forever. Spirit, no heaven, kaput, 07s, RIP. Yoink. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Over here. Yoink. So that was another 3 minutes, and we made another 3 mil. Clean. No, it's only 2 minutes. So we're making like 3 mil every 2 minutes. Chat, am I making 200 mil an hour right now? Is that what's happening? Yo, what's good, Dingo? How you doing, bro? Jackie with a sub. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Again, boys, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that. We're working on 33,000 subscribers. So, smash the sub button. Who made the rule that someone has to die? God did. So you're saying God trapped himself in his own system and had to die to satisfy it. He didn't trap himself. He could have just let us die. He could have just let us die. You know? We got trapped in our own system because he didn't create sin. The wages of sin is death. It's like, imagine, again, I'm going to use a video game analogy. The dev makes a world, and then at the edge of the world, there's the void. If you jump into the void, you're going to die. That's how it is, right? You jump in the void, you die. So everybody starts jumping in the void. Why? Who knows? They just start jumping in the void. And so the consequence of jumping in the void is you die. That's just how it is. And the only way to stop it is if the dev dies too. That's the only way to stop the consequences. Like, that's not how it would work in real life, but that's how it works. God creates this perfect world. Stay in the world. Don't go in the void. Stay in the world. Don't go in the void. And we go in the void. So somebody's gotta pay for that. You go in the void, you die. Someone dies. That's the consequence. And so instead of us dying in the void, Jesus went and died in the void. And came back. Bada bing, bada boom. If we go in the void, we're not coming back. 07. It's Jover. But God so loved the world. You know? If he could have just let us die, then he chose to kill himself instead of just choosing to forgive us by decree. He still chose a blood payment over simple mercy. Again, if he lets us live after sin, then we're still sinful. We're still covered in that sin. Nobody's paid for the sin. And so then everything, heaven becomes sin. Everything becomes sin. That's how it works. Sin takes over. So you got to stop it at the roots. 1, 2, 3. Yoink. Bang. 3 books and an overclocker. Clean. Clean. Anvil. All right, I need 1 more. And then we'll have enough for another 4. So it'll get us another 5. And then we'll just need 2 more of those. Hello, sir. Are we good? I think we're good. Yoink. Beam, beam. Missing how forgiveness works, bro. Again, you're missing how justice works. Because if somebody goes and murders my kid, and I forgive them, and they go and stab my other kid, I forgive them for no reason, and they go and stab my other kid, it's over. It's just how it's going to keep going if I just keep forgiving them with no consequences. There's got to be consequences for stuff. He could just wash away our sin and change our hearts with a single word. He didn't need to die to make us clean. An all-powerful being doesn't need blood to fix our nature. That's what he gave us, free will. That's the point. Is so he does all this so we can keep our free will and still have that choice of being with him. Like, sure, he could have made us and just had us be brainless robots that do whatever he says. There's consequences. It's called hell, bro. Again, that wouldn't be the case. Sorry, Nightbot gets mad at that word. He's upset about it. But that wouldn't be the case if he just forgave us for everything. Then those consequences wouldn't exist. If he just goes and forgives us, then there's no consequences. That's what I'm saying. If we just get forgiveness automatically for doing nothing, then bang. There's literally no consequences. Don't you have Disco Box spawn yet? You have the money to buy it? I do, but I'd be broke afterwards. I like that this is like the second most asked question today. But yeah, I'd be broke afterwards, and I need to save up for Lotus Atoll. Lotus Atoll is gonna cost a lot of coins for sure. Boom, boom. Do 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 do. Got a hype now. What should I do? I mean, could do some Kudras. Could do some Massimo Dugans. Could be a strat. Could be the strategery. I don't think I'm into religion to understand this. It is a lot. It is a lot. Get purified before entering into heaven. Exact. Exact. Realized how addicted I am. I was on vacation. I'm so happy to play again. Grind is real out here, bro. Sometimes you need a vacation, but it does make the game more fun when you come back. For sure. I'm on the wrong pet. Again. I gotta stop making a habit of this. Heck W. We're at 380 mil purse right now. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna have to buy from Lotus Atoll, because when it first comes out, the plan is we're just gonna grind out shards as much as we can right off the bat. We're gonna get all the fish shards, all the frog shards, Toodle shards, and then there's the ones from Exploding Lily Pad that we'll get after that. I'll probably not get the Toodle shards first. We'll do the Exploding Lily Pad, and once we're done with that, we'll get the Toodle shards, because we'll have a bunch of trophy frogs from that. Gonna go to Germany for the Fortnite land. Hey, let's go. That does sound peak. They had it in Raleigh a few years ago, which is in the state that I live in. I live in North Carolina, so it was only a couple hours away. I should have gone, honestly, but that would have been peak. I don't know how much the tickets were selling for, though. It was probably ridiculous. I imagine. It's probably crazy. Did you read my message? Did I miss? Oh, wait, there it is. Hold up. Give me a second. Let me find where I'm at. Where am I at? Right here. Yoink. What forgiveness means: if I forgive a debt, the consequence is canceled by demanding a blood payment first. It is a transaction, not true mercy. Again, the mercy is that he paid it for us. Imagine, right? Let's see. How do I word this? Because we're not paying it to him. We're paying for the sin that we already committed. So imagine you owe money to a mobster, right? That's what's happening here. We owe money to this mobster, which is sin. And so instead of us having to go pay it, Jesus jumps in and pays for us. That's what's happening. Because he didn't make sin. Sin existed whenever we made it happen. God had the way things were supposed to be. And then Adam and Eve ate from the tree. And sin entered the world. Total expenses plus hotels about $2,000, so yeah, not worth it for most people. Grind is real out here, bro. Do you know they nerfed the drop rate mob from Bayou? Like they nerfed how much Tiki show up? Is that what we're talking about? Why is there a point reward that makes us watch an ad? I guess to give you points for watching an ad and not just skipping out the stream. Probably. So you have some incentive to stay and watch the ad. I imagine that's the reason they did that. They made Bayou, only Bayou mobs. Yeah, that part is nice. Got a supreme judge who decides what happens to our souls. Who else could the payment possibly be before? He's the one enforcing the penalty. Again, like, I'm trying to figure out how to get through this wall right here. Like, if he allows sin, he can't just forgive us and like the sin be gone. If he forgives us without the blood of Jesus, then the sin is still there. So it's not forgiving us, it's just allowing us to continue to exist with sin. In which case, heaven is full of sin. Like, that's the part I'm trying to explain here. So, if he just continues allowing sin to exist, then sure, nobody has to die. But then, what is heaven? We're stealing from each other and all the sin is going on there. You know? That's the cycle that continues there. So if he's paying the justice, the punishment is hell again. Here, let me fix Nightbot. Let me fix Nightbot. There you go. If we are forgiven instantly, then why would we go to hell? If we're forgiven without paying anything, then like we're not going to hell. The consequence is if you don't ask for forgiveness. That's what we have now because Jesus died for our sins. If we don't ask for that forgiveness, then that's the consequence is hell. But if Jesus doesn't die, then hey bro, we gotta find a different word to replace this. Type it with an E or something. So I'm gonna have to keep undoing the timeout every time. You're saying Noah is going to hell now because Jesus sacrificed himself. No, I'm saying in your scenario where God just forgives us without Jesus having to die, then no one would be going to hell there. That's that scenario. The scenario we have now is Jesus sacrificed himself, and so everyone who accepts Jesus doesn't have to go to hell. That's what I'm saying. So we can sin and do whatever we want. That's what I'm saying in your scenario, where God just instantly forgives us with no consequences. That's what would happen. That's the no consequences there. Is Lotus Atoll also making normal trophy fishing easier? Should be, yeah. There's a couple like things that are gonna boost your trophy fish chance. Should I farm till I can afford max setups and all combat content? I don't really like combat, but I think it might be fine if I'm super overgeared. I mean, it's not a bad idea. The thing is, you know, some things will be locked behind requirements. Like, of course, you can't have a Terminator till you're E-Man 7. You can't have a Hype till you finish floor 7, that sort of thing. So you will still have to play, like, some lower floors and stuff. But it's not a bad idea to do farming first and get super rich before. It's not a bad idea. Saying all Christians, even those are going to heaven because Jesus died for our sins. I don't think, personally, I don't think those ones are really Christians, because they're still going out of their way to sin. And if you're a true Christian, I don't believe you do that. You can argue with some other pastors about whether that's the case or not, but in my opinion, faith by actions. But that's a whole nother thing of everyone, even sinners, are going to heaven because Jesus died. If you accept that Jesus died and you change your ways after that, accepting that, if you truly accept Jesus, you can say, hey, I accept Jesus, and then go on your way and do literally nothing, never read the Bible. Like, again, you can argue with people whether that's going to help you or not. I don't think it does, personally. But there's no punishment system or anything. That's not what I'm saying. Again, some people believe that. I don't believe that, personally. I believe in faith by actions. So if you really believe in Jesus, then you're going to really read the Bible. You're going to really try and turn your life around and act like Jesus and not be a serial killer. I feel like that's kind of the lowest bar there to pass. But yeah. That's what I believe. Again, there's some people out here who believe that if you're a serial killer and on your deathbed you accept Jesus and don't do anything, then, you know, you'll go to heaven. Personally, I don't think so, but if they're truly Christians, they would change and avoid that sin. Exactly. Yeah, that's fair tale. I get it. We're having some theological talks today. Heck, W. About the thief on the cross? Well, we didn't get a lot of word on him, so it's hard to tell there because, again, there's not much talked about. Boom, boom. So who knows what he was like beforehand. I mean, Jesus clearly was killed by the Romans for no good reason. I think it's very possible that that guy was also killed by the Romans for no good reason. But who knows? Who knows? Jesus knows his heart. So again, there is that question of, we can't really know for sure, but I would say if you're out here being a serial killer, then you're probably not. Here, let me fix your timeout again. Yoink. Even if they did it according to the Bible, they're not going to hell or anything. Again, if they accept Jesus and genuinely turn their life around, then sure, after that point. But if you're still doing that stuff after Jesus, then clearly you didn't actually accept Jesus. The thief was saved, Jesus said so. Exactly. But the question is, what was the thief like? You know? Because there was that was the one thief, and then the other thief was mocking him the whole time. Right? So I think the thief who was mocking him the whole time probably actually did something to be crucified, and then it's very possible that the other thief was, you know, stealing to feed his starving child or something, right? After the Romans had already taken stuff from him or something. Who knows? Who knows? Jesus knows his heart. That's the gist. Yo, what's good, Oompa? How you doing, bro? How's this a balanced system then? I could sin, believe in Jesus, and go sin again and again. Again, that's what I'm saying. Personally, I believe that if you will sin sometimes, but if you're going out of your way to sin, you know, then I don't believe that you're gonna be saved from that. If you truly have faith in Jesus, then you will actually try and be more like him and you know, read the Bible, be better, etc. Again, there's people you can argue with who will argue that if you just say that you believe in God, then you're good from that point on. But I think it's a heart change. Your heart's got to change. And of course, only God knows when your heart changes. But I would say if you're out here continuously murdering people and then trying to repent after every single murder, then you're probably not trying to be more like Jesus. Most likely. Hold up. I probably need to check on the traps again. I haven't cleaned from those in a little bit. The thief said he deserves what he got. Exactly. I need to read those verses again. Low key. If you couldn't drink water for a day, what would you drink instead? Probably lemonade or sweet tea. Be my options. Low key. Boom. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some bad pastors, don't get me wrong. There's definitely some bad ones. But, like, there's bad actors in every single scenario or every single group of people in the world, right? You can't judge the entirety of people on that. Like, there's plenty of con men pastors, and I believe that's what a lot of those ones are. Of course, but that's my opinion. Again, it's up to Jesus. But I would say if you're going out here and doing stuff like that, then yeah, you're not safe. I don't believe that. I'd argue that if you truly repent, no matter what you've done, I believe that Jesus would forgive that person. I do agree. If you have every intention of that point forward, if you live another day, then you're going to try and be more like Jesus. But I think it's, you know, the deathbed talk is one thing, but saying you repent and then you go and do all that stuff like the belonging and saying, then yeah, of course, I don't believe you're saved in that scenario. Are we done die grinding? Currently, we're going for moon dews from pest traps. We're getting, or lunar moths from pest traps. I filled the pest traps up with moon dew. And we're just waiting on the pest to appear today. Trying to finish this bag of Takis because people make them look so good, but I can't. I never really got into Takis. One of my friends actually, like, had to go to the hospital because she ate too many Takis and it, like, hurt her stomach lining with all the heat, like, burned through her stomach lining. Like, yo, I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass. Why Moondew in the trap says the only way you can get lunar moths to appear, and that's my last Skyblock XP, is getting lunar moth bestiary. Yeah, there's some corrupt pastors, but them are mega church pastors consumed by greed. Yeah, like, I mean, it's not just those really bad actors that we're talking about. There's definitely some people who are like, all right, guys, if you don't tithe this much, then you're not saved. That is some craziness. Taki did what? Yeah, she, like, loved Takis. She loves Takis, and she ate a ton of them. And it was a problem. It was a problem. But yeah, how you doing, Fred? Doing good today, I hope. We are currently, I mean, if we get Dung Dye, I'll be very happy with that, don't get me wrong. But the goal for right now is getting Lunar Moth Bestiary Max. But hey, if I drop a Dung Dye off of a Lunar Moth, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Doing good, done with college for the summer, or for the semester? Hey, let's go. Congrats. How much time you got off then for that? Let's go. You'll love to see it. Plenty of time right before the Lotus Atoll comes out. Gonna be able to get those diamond trophy frogs. Takis are a different type of spicy, legit. Got about 3 months. Dang, dude. Let's go. That's huge. That is actually huge. It's 1 in 25k from Lunar Moths. What if I have... So is that the base rarity right now? Because it's normally 1 in 50k, right? Yeah, so while it's 2x, 1 in 25k. So I have like 200 overblooms, so it should be 3 in 25k. Which is like 1 in less than 10k. So odds are still not in my favor, but we'll see. What's the Rose Drag Hedgehog tech you're using? So if you have equip Hedgehog when enter combat and equip Rose Drag when you throw your fishing rod, then you can throw your fishing rod before you kill each pest, and whenever you kill the pest, it'll give you the overbloom from the Hedgehog and the Rose Drag. So I'm getting 199 overbloom right there, which is pretty goated. Pretty goated. Yeah, it's pretty epic, I must say. I must say. All right, let me sell this garbage. What do we got? 10 mil. I'll take it. Dang, the cane knots have already died in price, Loki. They're kind of dead. Let's see, we were right here. I will need to go clear traps out in a minute. Hold up. First try. Got back from a soccer tournament for Memorial Day weekend in Mass. Got you. They're the most unhealthy thing ever. They're bright red. That's all I gotta say. It's like Skittles with like unhealthy amounts of dye on there. But it's not dye, it's just spices. It's crops in rotation right now. It is wild rose, sugarcane, and mushroom right now. Don't use mosquito. Maybe I should be, but nah. During Harvest Feast, the overbloom that you get while farming is more important, I would say. I would say it's more important. Finally got myself a term. Let's go, GG. It'll depend on what crop you're farming, I guess, for what it's worth. But cane knot is still pretty decent. Not. Oh. There we go. Cane knot. Dang, yeah, it's dropped 500k though since I started farming. That's kind of rough. How long till the crop's in? Let me call Ted and see what we got. Another 8 hours. Yeah, they just started. I should have figured that out myself, Loki. But sugarcane will drop more this month. I didn't even know that. That helps. Yo, what's good, Daniel? How you doing, bro? Yeah, finally got myself a term. Term is a big step. It's a very big step. You'll love to see it. I did get Lego the Hobbit, by the way, chat. So we might do that after stream or after Skyblock today. Hop on the farm roses. Let's go. Doing good? How are you? Doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. We got a lot of grinding ahead of us today for sure. Even if I drop a core, I can't make term. I don't have enough griffin feathers. Oh, man. That's rough, dude. Yeah, the griffin feather grind is real out here. It's real. But gotta do what we gotta do. I need to get all my personal best done. I still haven't done that. I still haven't done that. Alright, let's see. They're all the way over there. I feel like I'm getting... I think the spray ran out, and that's causing me to get less pests. That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, well. Throwage. Do I spray more compost? I really don't want to. I really don't care. I'm just gonna get a schmoove on. Yeah, we might do a solo Subnautica 2 playthrough as well. So I've been doing the one with paper. I think the next play session we do will finish it, so maybe tonight. But we'll see. Jerry in 3 weeks, hoping to do a bunch of Diana then. Got you. That'll be good timing. Hopefully, if the Dianas are at a decent time. If it's at like 4 a.m., I'm gonna have a problem with it. What stuff you got left for XP? So we're only missing 2 XP, and it is all from lunar moths. So we're just waiting on our pest traps to fill up. Oh, throwing. I keep forgetting to equip my rose drag, bro. It's a problem. It's a problem. Yo, what's good, Kayla? How you doing today? What's up? What's up? Good morning, good morning. Peak content for real, for real. Does compressing crops give less or the same amount of money? I think it depends on the crop. Because, let's see, yeah. There's some crops that you use like a lot for pests, or for visitors, I mean, right? Like enchanted sunflower, I think it's used a lot for visitors. And like enchanted sugar, more than enchanted sugarcane. So some things like that, it might be better to sell in their just regular enchanted form. Of course, like enchanted is going to sell better than non-enchanted most of the time. But the difference between enchanted and super enchanted can be pretty different. Lunar Moth Beast are so expensive. It really is. It makes itself back though. If you have good Overbloom, you're guaranteed a enchanted book every kill. So it kind of helps pay for itself pretty quickly. Should I use Rabbit all the way to farming 50, or should I level the farming pets I need to farming 50? It depends. Like, I would use Rabbit while you accept your visitors, right? But other than that, I would probably just farm for money. Because you can be farming 50 and then still be too broke to afford, like, Helianthus gear, right? So I would prioritize being able to buy the upgraded gear once you get to that level more than getting to that level fast, you know? My Slayers are all level 6 except E-Man and Blaze. What Slayer should I do this Aatrox? Probably Revs, honestly. If you get your Revs up to like 7 or 8, that would be kind of goated for doing your Slayers later on, like level 8 preferably, because it gives you the extra healing, which is really nice. Another 3 mil for that. Yoink. All right, we got the wizard and fan. Alrighty. Let's see what we got out here. I'm gonna do mosquito. Yoink. And then grab these. 1, 2, 3. Do this. Sheesh. We killed 6 and we got 7 books. Let's go, Lunar Moth, level 14. We have 77 out of 100 kills done, so just 23 left to go. which I think, again, let me make sure I have the right amount of stuff in here. So that's 8, 16, 23. All right, so we're good. What do I have in my stash? My fault. My bad, coach. All right, we should be able to get another level here, though. So if I grab this, 2, 3, 4. All right, yeah. Nice. Dang. That is clean. Got Rev 8, got Warden Helmet already. Okay, got you. I mean, other than that, of course, E-Man 5 would be great for Juju. But if you wanted to get Tarantula and Sven up to 7 first, I wouldn't say no to that. There we go. Sunset 4. We're going to put this on the legs, I think. Let me go ahead and buy a Titanic first. And then we'll do this. Boom, boom. Sunset 5. There we go. So we got Sunset 4, Sunset 5, Sunset 5, Sunset 4. So pretty good. Doing pretty good. My boss times are slower during Aatrox because of the lag to the point it's not even worth it. But I might as well. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Take these. Sold. Okay, hold up. I guess I can sell my compost if I need to. Do I sell the tool capsules? I wanted to use the tool capsules. Let's see if we can get the fungi cutter leveled up a bit. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, no problem, dude. I have the money. It's just I set a profile rule for myself where I can't buy pets off auction house for any reason, so I have to level them myself. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that is a grind. Alright, I'm gonna throw this out for a second, and then we're gonna do insta sell, and I'm gonna grab it back. Yoink. Bro's got the tech, for real, for real. Alright. Where was we at? I guess we were somewhere here, but we'll just start at the beginning. In the beginning. I need to get another water. This is my last couple drops. You know, I haven't given Vincent a rose today. Maybe I should do that. Pops up with wild strawberry dye. That would be fire. Absolutely fire. We're up to 145 seasoning now. I'm curious. What do we get against pests? Let's see. How's our overbloom? All right, I said 145 seasoning. 145 overbloom. 200 even. Sheesh. That's clean. That's clean. Hold up. Wait a minute. So if I put a poignant clover... Wait, how do people get... If you put a poignant clover on the hedgehog, will that count for 7 more overbloom as well? So could you technically get up to like 224 with that? Or does it not work? Goes good, Phoenix. How you doing, bro? Item on the hedgehog doesn't matter? Ah, okay. Sad. Sad. How are you? I'm doing great, man. The grind is going pretty well. We're making bank. We're dropping crazy cool stuff. It's a win-win. Yeah, pet item on hedge doesn't matter. Okay. So we're missing 2 overbloom from sunset, and then after that it's just whether we get crop fever or not. Isn't that bad? Disco is so nice, but I've joined a co-op, so I have to grind skills again. Bruh. Yeah, I don't know. If I ever join a co-op, it's gonna be like just a temporary thing, probably. So hot where I live, it's unbearable. It's a grind out here, bro. It is a grind. Stay hydrated, boys. Oh, there's crop fever. We're missing 1 XP. Hold up. Do you think my pests are here? I want to check. Are they in? We do have 1 in. All right. We're equipping Mosquito. 1, 2, 3. Bang. 3 books. Which is enough for another book. 1, 2, 3. And that is 4. So now I need 5. All right, one more sunset 5 and we're set. Ha, get it? Set? Because sunset. See what I did there? Like and subscribe. It's bad. It's bad, bro. Subnautica drove me crazy last night, straight up. Actually, it was Rivals drove me crazy. Hold up. I got a story for y'all. So I finished my placement matches yesterday for Rivals Ranks. I got put in Gold 1. And we played like one game after that and got to Plat 3. And after the next 7 games, I was down to Gold 2 because we lost 7 games in a row. And like none of them were even close. It was abysmal. We just either, whoever our fills were, like I was playing with a stack of 3. Whoever our fills were just trash every time. It was like either bad healers or bad DPS. Whatever we weren't playing, it was abysmal. It was abysmal. It was so bad. I feel like in Rivals, you either dominate or you get destroyed. That's what happened. And we got destroyed 7 games in a row. It was so bad. It's a coin flip of whether you get the good teammates on your team or whether they're on the other team. And we lost the coin flip 7 times in a row. It was bad. So bad. My place has a heat wave right now. It's 95 Fahrenheit, still even at night. I have to keep the AC on 24/7. Good grief. Yeah, I saw a tweet from one of the European content creators or the guys in the UK that I watch. And yeah, he said it was like 94 degrees for him. It was like, bro. Came from the greenhouse guide. Thank you so much. Super helpful. Got a new sub. Appreciate it, Squints. Thank you, bro. Happy to help, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm unsubbing now for real. All right. One dad joke, and that's all it takes. I see how it is. I see how it is, because I've only done one dad joke today. For real, for real. 201 overbloom. That's hot. That's hot. I'm liking what I'm seeing. All right, let's go right here. Bad in Germany right now. Dang. We had like... Hold up. Do that. There we go. We had like weeks without rain. We just got some rain like 2 days ago, finally. Bro, I slept till like 10 a.m. that day as well. I think, yeah, it was Saturday, I want to say. Bro, I slept till 10 a.m. I sleep so good when it rains, man. I need it to rain more so I can get better sleep, straight up. I think it's going to be worth it because I rushed everything a bit much before. Got you, got you. I just grind out here. Yeah, I'll get the disco at some point, but it's like 250 mil or something at least right now. Like, I ain't paying all that. I'm good. Disliking the stream because YouTube removed the dislike count. You know what? I respect it. It actually doesn't hurt me if y'all dislike the stream. Because it's, what's it called? It's still engagement. It's, like, has the same effect as if you press the like button. Like, it shows it to more people. So I don't mind it. We'll take it. I have had, I think, the last couple videos I posted, though, did really, like, the like count was crazy. Like, I think, what was it, the greenhouse video last week? Yo, Crop Fever, let's go. Let's see. I think it was this one. I don't remember. A couple videos, like, of the last few that I posted, though, were at 100% likes. Like, 0 dislikes. With, like, nearly 10,000 views on each of those. I was like, yo, we're posting some bangers, low key. Let's go. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, the bingo video didn't take me long to do at all. That was like one afternoon compared to Greenhouse. Took me like 3 months to edit. So the bingo one wasn't bad. It was a lot shorter, to be fair, and I decided to use more clips. Whereas the Greenhouse video, I just talked over it for like 50% of the video. It's a lot more narration, I guess, narrative. But the bingo video was a lot more chill because it was a lot of footage to go through. My crop fever ran out. No. Sag. Come here, boy. All right. 201 overbloom. That's so hot. That's hot. Yoink. All right, send it. Hold up. Wrong thing. Yoink. There we go. Beautiful. I crashed it for 150 mil. Now it's 300. Dang. Yeah, that's kind of insane. I see your pet rules for pest farming. So when enter combat, equip hedgehog, and then when cast fishing rod, equip rose. So you just cast your fishing rod to equip the rose drag before you kill every single pest. Which if you have, you know, the disco thing and you're killing them all at one point, then it's a lot faster, of course. But I do not, because I'm cheap. It's not that I'm broke. I'm just cheap. I'll be honest. I'm just cheap. I'm a penny pincher. What can I say? Oh, I drank all my water. I'm gonna have to go get another one. Don't use mosquito anymore. I don't use it personally. Some people do, but for pest killing specifically, that's what I use. During Harvest Feast, I prefer Rose Dragon because of the overbloom. Some people use mosquito to spawn more pests and stuff, but personally, I just want to have that overbloom so that I can drop more stuff while I'm spawning pests. You want to kill pests with drag? So you do, sorta. You kill them with the dragon, but it puts you into combat and it equips the hedgehog as you kill them. So you get the overbloom from the dragon and the hedgehog. You get both stats. And so then you end up dropping way more stuff. It gives you so much overbloom. Basically, you get 75 overbloom from that. It's kind of goated. So that's how I'm getting up to like 200 fortune. Like you can see while I'm using Rose Drag, I'm only getting 146 overbloom. But whenever I kill pests, it goes up to like 200 because of the hedgehog pet rules. So I'll probably make a short on it today because I know how it works now. I should have made a short on it last week, but see, there's 201. But if I don't swap to the Rose Drag, then it doesn't work. It'll just give me the hedgehog. So you got to swap to the Rose Drag in between. So cast fishing rod, kill. Cast fishing rod, kill. Otherwise, it'll just give you the hedgehog numbers, which is lame. Trash. I left third copper dye. You know? Bro. It's rigged. It's rigged. Okay. Nothing there either. Feels bad, mans. Alright. We were this way. Here we go. Make sure to equip the dragon and carry on. Bedrock or Java? This is Java. Java, yes sir. Hey, crop fever. Clean. Clean. It's gonna be your fault if you make a video and update hotfix next day on Lotus Atoll. Is it my fault? Is it my fault? Is it really? I mean, generally I'm gonna upload videos on Friday nights, so if they're doing updates on Saturdays, then fair enough. But fair enough in that case. But I don't think that's what they're doing, for the most part. Yeah, there was a point where we were doing streaming SkyBlock straight into other games. I think we're going to do that today. We're going to start off SkyBlock and then maybe do some Lego The Hobbit, because I downloaded that. I've had that in my back pocket for like the last year or something. I also have Lego Lord of the Rings, but we're going to play through The Hobbit first and see what happens. But absolute cinema games or cinema movies, so hopefully... I know a lot of people didn't like the Hobbit movies. Of course, they're not as good as Lord of the Rings. They're still good, but they have way more flaws, for sure. Yo, what's good, Miller? How you doing, bro? I'm chilling. I am chilling. We are currently working on our moonflower or lunar moth bestiary. So we're just waiting on our pest traps to fill up, basically. So we're just farming in the meantime. That is the grind. How to get rare drops while farming? You can just get them while farming stuff, of course. I mean, generally you're going to want to be wearing like Fermento or Helianthus or whatever armor piece on that line, like starting off with melon and then crappie, squash, fermento, helianthus, any of those pieces, you can drop like their respective drops. But the way you get more is from overbloom. So having more overbloom is going to increase your drop rates. So the best way to do that is with either the sunset enchants. The very best way to do it and easiest way to do it is with the chip. There's a chip that gives you bonus drops, the rare finder chip. And then there's the rose dragon and also the hedgehog. Both of those pets can give you more overbloom. And there's a way that you can actually get both. So if you throw your fishing rod, like if you have when throw fishing rod, equip rose drag, and when enter combat, equip hedgehog, then you can have both the overbloom from both the pests equipped at the same time. So bang. It's not going to show it until I actually drop something. Let's see. There we go. 201 overbloom. Which without that strat, I would be getting like 160 or something. So it'd be a lot worse. For sure. All right, let's see. Where were we? Back here. Yes, sir. Put rose drag, do that, and we're good. What money method do you upgrade to after farming? There's a lot of options. Of course, mining is the one a lot of people go for. But if you're into combat, then usually jumping into dungeons like floor 5 or floor 7 is a good strat. Should I get a rose dragon? Depends on how much you like to farm, really. That's kind of the question there. Think it's better to go for rose drag first or Greg first? Again, it's going to depend on how much you like to farm. If farming is your main money method, then I would say rose drag is better. But if, you know, you're doing mining or dungeons or something, then G-drag's fine. But it really just depends, person to person, on what your strategy is. Let's see, is this spawned yet? Yes, they are. All right, so we have 6 more spawn cycles to go, which in theory shouldn't be too bad. 1, 2, 3. Yoink. 3 bucks, which is enough to get a sunset 3. But we need another sunset 3 to get sunset 4 to get sunset 5. Yep. Because we have 1 piece left with sunset. And then we can actually start selling the sunset drops, which will be nice because we've got 17 more kills to go. And we only need 4 more books. So that'll be 13 sunset 1 books. Ooh, that's gonna be like 65, almost 70 mil, I think. That'll be nice. Want to go for max farming host? Should I get rose dragon? Probably worth it. It'll make your cultivating go by faster, I believe, right? Is cultivating crops broken, or is it actually like collection? I can't remember. Because if it's collection, it'll help with the rose drag. If it's crops broken, then nothing's really gonna boost that. But I think it's collection. Are dungeons really better than farming for money? Floor 5 and floor 7 aren't. But you gotta do, you gotta do some of those to be able to get to master mode, and master mode is better. Unless you're on Iron Man, of course, but on regular profiles. And you'll need to do all that stuff to upgrade your gear. I mean, and Kudra, of course, would be ideal to get into, but that can be a bit of a pain in the bum. Okay, they put me in Narnia. Cool. I haven't watched the Narnia movies. Maybe I should watch this. Yoink. Might be a strat. Okay, so is it like Overbloom? Or not Overbloom. Is it like Magic Find? Is Overbloom like Magic Find where it doesn't show you your Overbloom if you have more than a 5% chance to drop it? Because it's not showing me my Sunset books, and it didn't show me the Pesterminator book there either. So I'm guessing that's the case. I'm guessing that's what's happening. But who knows? Alright. Did I miss any good drops? Not really. I mean, we're getting Sunset books guaranteed because of how much Overbloom we have, so you're not really missing anything. We actually have a chance to drop 2, which is pretty epic. But give me just a minute. I'm actually going to go grab a water because I need to hydrate. Uno momento. Fresh that one. All right. Cinema. Cinema. This is the most cinematic stream I've ever done, for real, for real. Just sitting here farming 24/7. Man, I cannot wait for the Guardian Slayer update, bro. I need that. I need it bad. But I guess we have to wait. Sadly. I hope it's good, man. I hope they add T5 with it. I hope Foraging Island comes out with T5 spins. Like, we need good stuff like that, which, I don't know. I guess it'd be kind of weird if Foraging had spins, because they've never had a Slayer not on a combat island, right? Like Revs, you do in the hub. I mean, I guess technically you can do them in deep caverns, but like that's not the best place to do it. Tarantulas you do on Crimson Isle. Blaze you do on Crimson Isle. Spins you do in the hub, or well, I guess you do those in the park. Spins you can do in the park. So maybe they'll do Spins on Galatia. I hope so, bro. I hope so. I hope so. We'll see. We'll see. One of these days, we will find out. We're only 2.5 mil sawdust off 300 mil overflow. That's overflow, by the way. I have another 250 mil that I've already got on chips. So we're about to hit 550 total sawdust. 550 million. I've farmed too much, bro. I always say I'm not gonna farm much after this. This is like the last farming stream. I'm done after this one. We're never done. Never done. Every time. So again, whenever Finnegan gets selected again, I'm gonna do the pest trap and stuff for that. But good grief. If we don't drop dung dye today, man, that's gonna be a pain in the butt to get one of these days. It's gonna be a lot of farming streams. But I kind of just want to focus on the 3x dies for the most part. And if it's not a 3x die, then I'm generally just going to do Tarantula Slayer or some other RNG meter die. Which, Jade is 2x right now, isn't it? So I could go do some Jade tomorrow. If Lotus doesn't drop, which I'm expecting it won't. I'm just going to pop that because it's more annoying to sell it than to just eat it. You know? Thought Rose had more overbloom than Hedgehog even for pests. It does, but if you use these pet rules, you can get the overbloom from a Hedgehog and Rose Dragon at the same time. So that's how we're getting so much overbloom. So when enter combat, equip Hedgehog, and then when throw Fishing Rod, equip Rose Dragon. You just throw your Fishing Rod after every kill, and it'll give you the overbloom from Hedgehog and from Rose Dragon at the same time. So it's kind of busted. Kind of busted. Which farming forward just joined? Well, we are just waiting on our pest traps to fill up because the only XP I have left is from Lunar Moths. And we need like 17 more kills. And then we're done with those. So I'm just waiting on the pest traps to fill up and we're just farming for money in the meantime. Cane is boosted right now from Harvest Feast, so we're dropping a bunch of cane knot and making a good amount of money off of that. So it's going pretty good. It's gonna be so hilarious when Wild Strawberries next cycle, bro. If Wild Strawberries next cycle, I'm gonna lose it. Because I won't even be able to pest farm. Like, I'm just gonna be out here regular farming. I might just not stream. I might just like binge a show off stream. Straight up. It was good. Pradev, how you doing, bro? I started Punisher the other day. Pretty good. I only got through like the first episode and then like a few minutes into the next one, but it's pretty good, bro. I want to watch it just so I can get to the last kill, which is the special they just dropped, and I need to watch that before Spider-Man comes out. Like, is it next month after? Pet rules when you can. So it's just when enter combat, equip Hedgehog, and when cast Fishing Rod, equip Rose Drag. That's it. Just those two things. Nothing special added, no exceptions or anything. When enter combat, equip Hedgehog. When kill Rose Drag, or when cast fishing rod, equip road strike. And you just cast your fishing rod in between each kill. That's all it is. But W max XP legit, bro. I don't know how long it's gonna take us to kill 17 more. Cause I mean we've been live for 2.5 hours. But it's just a couple more. Just a couple more kills. We've been live 2.5 hours and we've gotten 33. So it might be another hour before we're done, Loki. It might be another hour before we're done, which isn't too bad. Again, it's not too bad. It's a good length stream. Oh, I didn't throw my fishing rod. That's why it was only 154 because I'm throwing. And this one should be better. See, there's 201. Straight up missed out on 45. Good grief. Absolute throwage. Oh, what do we got? Trash. 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 Okay. Fair enough. Alright. Now we swap to Mosquito whenever we claim these. It's supposed to make them appear faster, I think. And then, boom, 3 enchanted books. And then we just need 1 more book. And we will have the last Sunset 5-piece, and then we can start selling our Sunset books, which will be cinema. Okay, so we only need 14 more kills, which is 5 more cycles. 5 more spawn cycles. Not too shabby. Let's see, where were we? Was it bad? Yeah, we were in Narnia. Holy. Holy. Hey, Combat 50, let's go MK. GG. Just made your stream quality really bad. That happens whenever you're on the garden, pretty much. If any stream on the garden is going to have bad bitrate because the PC is constantly loading every single crop that's growing on the screen, which is a lot of them. So, unfortunately, that is the garden stream experience. I don't have a mega farm. I think they're ugly and annoying to get pests on, and I don't have a disco thing yet, so I don't care to do it. I don't farm that much anyways, so. I might build a couple layers of one because I don't have. Currently, I'm missing netherwort and mushroom farms, but I don't really plan on farming those at any point. If I need to farm, I'll just farm other crops. So I should be fine to never have to build one. In theory. Even when Grand Feast comes around for Finnegan, I should be okay. But we'll see. We shall see. Only time will tell. Yeah, we've done a lot of kills so far on the lunar moths. We're looking pretty good on that. 14 left, shouldn't be too bad. How long is the spawn time on pest traps, chat? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Because I could just wait after the next one, because that'll get us to Sunset 5 on the boots. And then killing them is not going to boost me at all until we get enough to max the bestiary. So I can just wait till the pest traps say that they're full after that and be solid. And then we'll be solid. Oh, hello there, fellas. 201 for the cane nuts. And then there was one. Sheesh. That's just 8 mil right there. Just straight up. 8 bajillion coins. Your inventory not filling? I have a personal compactor. So that's a talisman from the Redstone collection. This one. It automatically turns materials in your inventory into their enchanted form. And then the enchanted ones go into my enchanted agronomy sack here. So once they're fully done, which I don't know where it's going right now. We're not full yet because I just filled it up. So we've got the regular agronomy sack, which stores the regular ones. And then the super compactor turns them into the enchanted ones. And then those go in the sacks. So it's a pretty nice system for farming, because yeah, if your inventory was filling up, it'd be really frustrating to deal with. 100%. But yeah, it's pretty epic. Pretty epic. Let the grind is real out here. But yeah, how you doing, Green? Hope you're having a good one, bro. Let's stay hydrated, gamers. Bum, 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 ba-dum. I'm gonna need to get something to eat soon, low-key. My grandmother made us a bunch of, it's like buffalo chicken wontons. So, it's like the dumpling wrappers. She puts them in like a cupcake holder and fills it up with buffalo chicken dip. And then bakes them in the oven. They're so good. They're so good. It's like crunchy on the top and then soft in the middle. It's cinema. Absolute cinema. It's gonna be like some crazy ASMR if I eat those on stream though. Gonna be crazy. What angle you use while farming? 45 yaw, 0 pitch, I think. This pitch is up and down, right? I want to say. But yeah, it's just 45 degrees on this one, so I'm just holding backwards and then space bar. I've swapped my left click so that I can break blocks with one hand and move. And then we're gonna hold to the left once we get to the end of this row and stop holding backwards, just like that. Bada bing, bada boom. And so it goes. Hey, a Rift Rider chip. That's some money. Only review for money. For normal streams, yeah, we do special streams. So whenever there's maintenance, we'll do streams, and whenever we hit big sub milestones. So every 1,000 subs, we're close to 33K. Once we get to 33K, we'll be doing some big reviews for that. Also, if you view on Twitch, we have channel points there. So if you get the channel points for that, then you can get a free review there as well. But yeah, vibing, just getting into SkyBlock seems fun. How are you, man? I'm doing great, dude. I've been enjoying it. I've played this game since it released. So that's going on like 7 years now. Kind of crazy. This profile is only 4 years old, but we've made a lot of progress. We're about to max the game today. So pretty hyped with it. Pretty hyped with it. Yoink. Doo-doo-doo-doot. I'm maxing cow pet. It is a grind. Cow pet's a good one though. It's a good farming pet for sure. All right, we're just gonna sell these. Refiner chips are an extra 1,000,000 coins, so I will gladly take that. Let's see right here. Doo-doo-doo-doot. Yoink. I don't use elephant. I mean, mushroom cow is actually better for money than elephant, even with 300 strength, because the thing a lot of people look at is just your farming fortune, right? But the extra mushroom the mushroom cow gives helps a lot with your coins. So it's actually better even at 300 strength than elephant. The only thing elephant is going to be better for until you get to, you know, like 1,000 strength or whatever, is for your farming contest to get better placement. So that's the part that elephant's better at. But yeah, no problem, Ra. Happy to help, man. Have a good one, dude. Should I use Pest Equipment or Blossom? I would recommend Pest. I mean, that's what I'm running right now. Sweats use both. Then you'll use Pest while you farm, and then swap to the Blossom setup whenever you kill the Pest to get extra farming fortune. But now that Overblooms works differently than farming fortune, it's probably better, like not even worth the time to swap to your Lotus setup. Which, speaking of, I'm actually just going to throw that back in here because I don't plan on using it today. But yeah, I'm just running the Pest gear right now, so squeaky Pest setup. Kind of drippy. How much you making per hour right now? That is a good question. It's hard to say because I'm keeping the Sunset books at the moment. But if I wasn't keeping the Sunset books, that's like 15. I don't know. How much does Moon do right now? Moon do. Yeah, I guess that's actually not that much profit. So we'll just not calculate that. But just from this, I said I was making like what? It was 3 mil an hour, or 3 mil every 2 minutes earlier. Now it's probably closer to like 2 mil
every 2 minutes. So 2 mil times 30. Well, it's basically a mil per minute. So like 60 mil right now. Probably a little more than that, like 70 mil, something like that. But I mean, the overbloom goes crazy, bro. It's actually insane how much you can make while farming during Harvest Feast. Not that much time on it. I'm very proud. We've had some crazy profiles with like that are just like less than a month old that are like level 300 already. It's like, what? Some crazy shenanigans. But yo, what's good, man? What's up, Swaddle? What's the best pet for XP? For farming XP, it's Rabbit Pet. Which reforge should I use for the tools in general? Is there a new meta? Depends. Generally, for most cases, I would say the overpriced reforge is the best one. But personally, I generally am only going to farm during Grand Feast. So I like to use the potato one, which is deep fried. Yeah, deep fried. So that's the one that I am going to use because I'm going to treat farming a lot like people treat mining right now. I'm only going to mine when Grand Feast is around for the most part. Today we're maxing XP, so I have to farm. But other than this, I'm pretty much only going to farm during Grand Feast. So I'm treating it the way a lot of people treat Mining Fiesta, where you don't farm unless it's Mining Fiesta, or don't mine unless it's Mining Fiesta. But for most people, I'd say overpriced is the best reforge these days. You know what mod makes your held items smaller? I'm not sure. I know it's in Lunar, but I don't know what, like, aside from Lunar, what it's called. Should I use Fermento and farm for money and get the Helianthos upgrade? It's probably a good idea. Yeah, I mean, farming is the money maker right now, so it's worth it. Is it Skev? Equipment swapping isn't worth it anymore with Overbloom. You're just losing money while doing it. Yeah. I think it kind of just ain't worth. Because it's only like, what, 50 extra fortune or something? Like, it's not even that much. Overpriced only for greenhouse. Bountiful still better for money most crops. Okay. Fair enough then. Alright, we got more pests. Joy. It's 200 extra fortune? Oh, my bad then. Fair enough. Yoink. Smoked. And smoked. But still, yeah, I mean, 200 fortune when it doesn't affect your slug pet drops anymore doesn't even add up that much. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Using some clients. I'm using Lunar Client right now. That is the only client that I run. But best way to get farming XP, farming 33, wanting net worth 40 bill, or wanting to hit 40 bill. Or wanting to hit 40 farming. Got you. Comprendo. Sorry, my brain. I got there. But I mean, Rabbit Pet while you claim your visitors is probably the best thing to do. A lot of people use Rabbit whenever they farm as well and farm like mushrooms or pumpkins. But generally, you're going to want to make some money so you can actually afford like Fermento Armor once you get to the level where you can use it. So, oh, it's raining right now. It's raining out there. It's raining out there. I'm on my mission to dye my first wardrobe page rainbow. Kind of sucks with the orange since Flame's the only good one. I mean, Necron's close to orange, right? Close enough, right? Surely? Where Lunar has some of the best mods, like the storage overlay is so much better on Lunar than any other mod I found. I need to check it out, because I had the one on Badline and I liked it, but I don't think I've tried the one on Lunar yet. Necron's a little too dark, got you. Which crop's good to farm with crappie / squash? Probably pumpkins, I would say. With squash, preferably. Because that'll get you your, no, that'll get you your squash drops. No, that's with crappie. Let's see. Squash. What do you farm squash with? I thought that was... Is that not all the axe ones? But you need to drop fermentos to be able to upgrade. So you want to farm like sugarcane or something, right? Or mushrooms. Yeah, probably mushrooms. Once you get full squash, mushrooms. If you're not at full squash yet, then run pumpkins. But once you're at full squash, then run mushroom. Yoink. Here we go. Let's see, where were we? Right here. Yoink. First try. Boom, boom. Is that the most overbloom you can get in the game? Technically, you can get up to 217. I'm missing one from Sunset Armor. I got to get Sunset 5 on the boots, which we're about to get. But also, whenever you have Crop Fever active, it gives you 15 extra. So technically, 217 is the max, yeah. Full crappie right now, so pumpkins, I guess? Yeah, pumpkins be the strat then. You know, if Vamp Slayer makes money, it makes pretty good money, yeah. It's pretty solid. But it's a pain in the butt because you're only doing Vamp Slayer half the time. Every time you drop a, like, Fang, then you gotta go and do Bacte and, like, Leech Supreme to get all the blood badges and all that stuff. So that's the problem with that, is if you're gonna make money off of the Fang parts, you gotta do a bunch of other stuff. Yo, what's good, Crazy? I'm doing good. How are you, bro? There's someone with a Lock Emperor Silver, the Bountiful Reforge. Oh, yeah, that one's a grind. That one is a grind. Have we tried taking a Sea Emperor up to Jake? Heck W. Count the bread from Grand Feast. It's 222 to be exact. Ah. Gotcha. Gotcha. So outside of Feast event, it's like what? Just 5 less? Because that's the only thing that's boosted, right? Is of course the bread and then the 5 from Talisman. So it'd be like 207 outside Feast is max, I think. Boom. Right. And then there's one more. Come here, boy. Max visitors. I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this. Ban them all. Alright, do we have... Yes, score. Alright. So this should be the last one we need for Sunset 5 on the armor, which is pretty cool. 1, 2, 3. Yoink. 2, where's number 3? There he is. Boom. Alright. Clean. Doot. And then we grab the boots out. 1, 2. Bang. 3. 4. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna need another Titanic. 1 Titanic, thank you. Yeet. Beautimus. And then Sunset 5. Voila. Boom, boom. Okay. So we got full Sunset now, and I can start selling these. I'm just gonna insta-sell. Because it doesn't want to... Hold up. I'm unignoring these. First off. Average price was 13 mil in the last week, and they've dropped so much already. Maybe I should have held on to those, low-key, but... Who needs them? Who needs them? I need 11 more. Any explanation why main YouTube account never delivers the messages in any live stream? I don't know, bro. That is goofy. That is kind of goofy. Alright, but it's good for XP for farming? It is, yes. Stay hydrated, boys. So if you're going for XP, then Rabbit's fine. But, like, if you're gonna try and make some more money, then of course you'll want to run something different. Like Mushroom or Elephant. Or, of course, Rose Dragon. Slug's also goated. Mosquito. A lot of good pets out here. A lot of good ones. Okay. Let's see. Back here. And away we go. Hold up, how much we got there? Another 8 mil. Like, dude, that's crazy. It's just raking in the dough today. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, wait, I left one. Where's he at? Come here, boy. Here we go. Not even close. It's not even close, is it? Start my profile while balancing all the skills and not focusing on a single one first, and I guess that was my mistake. I mean, it's not bad to do that at all. It's just, yeah, if you don't focus on one enough, then you'd end up without a money method. But yeah, it's not bad to do different things. You might hit a wall eventually, but you're gonna hit that wall one way or another, right? So it's all good. Say hi, Data Gamers. Because of that, I only have Rift as a money-making method. I mean, hunting is also a decent one you could try. But, yeah, I mean, getting into farming is definitely the right choice, I would say, because farming makes bank as well. But yeah, you've probably got access to a lot of money methods, you just don't know which ones there are. Because honestly, you can do, like, there could be something just tiny that makes money. Like, I mean, again, hunting, like, shulker hunting and invisibug hunting makes a lot of money per hour if you go for that. Even just doing foraging contests, like Agatha's tickets sell for a decent amount. So a lot of people make money doing that as well. What makes the most in the Rift? So the best money method in the Rift requires quite a few hours of grinding. I think it's... I can't remember. Chat, does anybody know how long it takes to get a Rift Prism these days? I think... I want to say it was like 20 hours of Timite farming to get a Rift Prism. But once you get it... How much is Rift Prism right now? It is 1.2 billion. So 1.2 billion divided by like 20 hours is like, what, 60 mil an hour? Something like that. So I think Shuriken's actually better right now. Yeah, when Diane is here, Shuriken is really good. That's true. But if you go for Rift Prism and you're efficient with your Timite farming, then you can get a Rift Prism in, I think, about 20 hours. And that's like 60 mil an hour. I might be wrong, though. It might be 30, in which case it'd be like 40 mil an hour. But still, really good. But yeah, it is a long-term method. It takes, you know, you make no money for 20 hours, and then suddenly you have 1 billion coins. So it's kind of goofy. Kind of a goofball. Grab that. Do we got any pests? Nope. Alright then. Moving on. Yoink. Voila. Oh, knife, I got match. Apologies. Never doing a prism again. Me and my co-op did 2 prisms. It was terrible. We got our 2 hypes from that, though. I mean, 2 hypes out of it. That'll cook. That'll cook. But yeah, I mean, Timite farming, bro, that takes... It's such a pain, especially if you're on high ping. It takes longer if you're on high ping is the problem. Which, I mean, it was the same before as well. If you're on high ping doing Rift Prism before Mountaintop came out, then you were doing Vamp Slayer, and that takes forever. And nowadays, if you're doing it, you're doing Timite, and it takes even longer if you're on high ping because it takes longer for the Timite to age. So, a word count as swearing, the H word. Nightbot's afraid of dying, so, you know. He doesn't have a soul, so he doesn't know where he's going to go. I told him he's just not going to go anywhere, and that made him even more terrified, so, you know. Prism is amazing. Was level 40 with a hype a few years ago. I mean, there you go. Heck W. What's your collection of half-eaten carrots? Probably not a lot. Here, give me a second. / collection. Rift. 13.3 thousand. Which is not crazy. 0.05%. I'm in the top 0.05%. We'll take it, I guess. Just gotta finish Rift. Took a break from it due to trying to keep my sanity. SMH my head. SMH my head. Priorities, bro. Come on. All real SkyBlock players gave up our sanity years ago. Heck W. It's a grind out here, bro. What is a man to do? And Timite, 5.4k, which was top 0.09%. So I didn't grind out a Rift Prism. I did not do that. I think I grinded out the highlights that I needed, but that was it. I want to say here, actually. Yeah, let's go do this real fast. Clean. Beautiful. Man, the coinage is coming in hot. Nice. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. I might actually make back some of the money that I had to spend on this today. Which is literally the most fun and unique content in the game. I don't care what anyone says. I kind of agree, I'm not gonna lie. Personally, I'm a Slayer stan. So I like anything that has to do with Slayers, including Rift, because Vamp Slayer. But I also liked Rift before I got to the Vamp Slayer part of it. Because Rift is just the best. It's just the best. It's simply the best. Rift was my best experience of SkyBlock, especially completed it with 2B's guide. Hey, let's go. Yeah, boys. If y'all like the guides, subscribe, because I got more coming out with future updates. Which is better, one mega farm where we can't pest farm, or particular plot for each crop to pest farm with every crop? I like the pest farming with every crop because it's easier to leave and stuff, and it's less ugly. But a mega farm's not bad either. It's really just personal preference. The thing with doing like particular plots for each crop, the biggest thing that matters is having a 5x1 plot row, so you don't have to turn as often. Because I just hold down 2 buttons for like a solid 40 seconds before I have to swap which buttons I'm pressing, you know? It's already under promising on updates this year.
As a child,
I mean, depends on if Lotus Toll drops randomly tomorrow, but I don't expect that to happen. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yo, Kieran with the sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Again, boys, once we hit 33,000 subs, I will be doing a special profile review stream. We'll be reviewing 20 profiles for free. So make sure to tune in then. Smile. Let's see, go right here. And we should be Gucci. What's my lunar bestiary again? I only need 11 more kills. So once it says the pest traps are full, that's when we need to go get our last bestiary. 2 plot for each crops and melon, pumpkin, cactus in a 5 plot row. Gotcha, gotcha. Putting the Lotus Toll, we're at what? 3 major updates halfway through the year? I don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, they said they only want to do like 4 major updates a year. And then it's like smaller updates in between. Like on the in-between months. So like small update, big update. Small update, big update. Which I lose track. I don't even know what we've done at this point. We've got Harvest Feast. I'd say that's the big update this year. So far. There was one before that. What was in January? Can't remember. There was something in January, right? I mean, I guess that was Aura going on at that point, but... Any suggestion for guides on all crop designs? Melon King D and Farming Hub both have good videos, so you can just check theirs out and see which one you prefer. How many lunar moths in total for max bestiary? 100 of them. It is grind. Got the Glaciite Tunnels update? Yeah. So we got like Glaciite Tunnels with the corpses. And then we got Nessie / Littlefoot. And then we've had Harvest Feast. Those are like the 3 big ones I can think of. Year of the Witch, also, I guess that was another one. So that's 4. And then I think some people would count Secret Bingo. Secret Bingo was a pretty big thing. So, kind of 5. If we count Secret Bingo, that's 5. But I'd say only one of those was a major update with Harvest Feast. Personally. All the other ones were kind of minor stuff. Yoink. Floral Gelatin. Nice. Yo, what's good, Fantasy? Which pet item you use, Clover or Bandana? Clover. I got the upgraded one. It's pretty fancy. The poignant Clover. I like it a lot. Blind a good pet? Yeah, it's good for combat, yep. Just need to finish Rift, took a break. Okay, I read that. Gotta go, have a good stream. Alright, appreciate you, Fred. Have a good one, man. Let's go. But yeah, lunar moths are a grind, man. It is a grind. Dang, my Sodos is going up so fast, though. Holy. Buying accessory slots is painful. It's rough. If you don't have the attribute for it, that can be cheaper than Jacobus for the first few levels, at least. There's one of the Hideon. It's like Hideon bag, I think, that increases your accessory bag slots. So that's a good one to go for. Oh yeah, I got gifted a bunch of gems at one point, so I've been slowly doing wardrobe upgrades. So this has a few more days left. But I'm going to keep unlocking wardrobe slots because we're going to need more things to hold all of our dyed armor sets as time goes on. Do I, like, am I going to have to dye the frog chest plate? Like, it's not going to be a full armor set, so I don't feel like I should have to. What's your Hypixel rank? Like my rank or like my placement on the leaderboard? I'm YouTube rank. I do got red name now. It's pretty epic. Pretty epic. But like SkyBlock XP rank right now, we are 53rd. So I started off today at like 56th, so we've gained 2 XP so far. But we're about to be tied for first once we get this last XP. But there's a lot of people tied for first, like 50 of us apparently, so that should be interesting. That ought to be quite interesting. Bro, reaching 100 mil XP for level 60 is hard, but reaching 100 mil overflow XP is easy. Crazy how that works. Crazy how that works. I don't know. I thought reaching the XP for 60 was pretty chill. And then after that point, it got difficult because there's so much less to go for in between. Boom, boom. All right, there we go. Let's check in on our moths real quick. Probably got a few to claim. Yep. All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Boom, $3. And that is just straight up money. Hold up, I'm gonna add this to my ignore list. I should have done that the first time. I'm actually trolling. There we go. Yeah, we should get back to 500 mil today. Because we still have 8 more kills to go, which is gonna be like 50 mil, or 40 mil, I mean. Should be 40 mil worth. So, we should be chilling. Like VIP plus? Yeah, I'm YouTube rank. We're chilling. Just check fandom. They're saying we can get 3,600 max farming fortune. Yo. Oh. The crud. My game trolling. Game trolling. Your radio is weak. Yeah, that really matters here, bro. For real. Very important to have a radio enjoyer while you're farming sugarcane. Don't let nobody tell you different. Level 73 right now. Let's go. Not too shabby. Or 72. Hey. Cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking. It's a grind, man. Gotta start somewhere. Dehydrated, boys. The extra true defense matters a lot when farming. The combat wisdom, bro. Gotta spawn your farming slayers faster, dude. For real, for real. Comes in clutch. Comes in real clutch. Started really playing like 3 months ago. That's pretty good progress for 3 months, yeah. We do be cooking. Let's see, I'm gonna grab these at the same time. Beautiful. All right. And away we go. Okay, so once our pest traps say no bait left, that's when we need to check on them next. I really don't need to check on them till then, because I'm just downtiming at that point. What I do need to do is go give Vincent a flower. Level 47 with full fermento. Bro, my man's been grinding farming. Holy. Man's been going ham. Hey, crop fever. We were getting a ton at the start of the stream, and then we just went on like a hour-long dry streak, I feel like. The difference is mad. Absolutely mad. Sadly, we will not hit our pest cooldown in the meantime. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. It is what it is. It is what it is. We'll take it though. We will take it. Dang, I guess if I'm really gonna go for Dung Dye, if Dung Dye gets 3x, I'm gonna need to like have a ton of Moon Dew saved up for that though. Oh, that's painful. That's high key kind of painful. Which, if we're dropping enough books and stuff, then it should pay for itself, but that's just a theory. A game theory. Which, if it's 3x, it's gonna be 1 in what, like... What's a third of 50,000? That'd be like 13.3? No. 16? Yeah, 16.6. Yeah, 16.7, whatever. 555 max level right now? It is. We are 1 XP off the max XP. So we need 1 more from our lunar bestiary. And then we will be done. Boom. Next. And last one. Smoked. Beautiful. Absolutely cooked. Another 8 mil. Dude, it's just raking in the dough, dude. It's just raking it in. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, we're almost there. Goodness. I don't know if I'm doing a Hobbit stream today, chat. I might cave on that low-key. We'll see. I'll probably wait and start that after me and Paper finish Subnautica. Because I don't know if we're finishing that tonight. Or what. But yeah, what's good, Mariano? Hope you're having a good one. Hypixel should combine all farming tools. It's painful to put Dedication 4 and Crop Fever on every single tool. It is painful. That is true. But it does give you something to spend money on, I guess. I don't know. I guess. Most of it's not that expensive, to be fair, compared to like mining drills and stuff, like getting all the armor pieces. Do 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know what to do in Skyblock next. I mean, yeah, at level 72, nothing's bad. Really, you can start doing anything. Like, it may not be the most efficient route or whatever, but like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. There's not a wrong decision, realistically, as long as you're not liquidating. Don't liquidate stuff. That's the biggest thing. Do not liquidate stuff. Whatever you have, don't sell it unless you're buying an upgraded version of that thing. Like, if you're selling your Shadow Assassin to buy Necron armor, that's fine. But don't, like, sell your farming setup to buy a dungeon setup, or don't sell your dungeon setup to buy a mining setup, you know, things like that. You want to keep your progression. On 521, it feels so far away. It really is. Once you get, like, 30 levels off max, those last 30 levels take ages, especially if you did it the way that I did it, because what I did was wait and do dungeons last. So I had to spend ages getting class average 50 and maxing dungeon bestiary and doing all that stuff. And most of the stuff that I did, of course, is going to be easier to do now thanks to different stuff. Specifically, crop milestones are easier, and like trophy pitching's easier than when I did it. But dungeons is still pretty rough. Yeah, dungeons XP from... Yeah, XP from catacombs is just a pain in the butt. That's just one drill, and here we have 12 tools. It is a lot of tools. That is true. But you don't gotta put, like, Prop Fever 5 on all of them, you know? You don't gotta get perfect peridot on each individual piece. What I do is I just swap out 4 gems. I have 4 perfect peridot, and I swap it on different tools at different times, depending on the crops that are active. So I don't even have a perfect on each piece. Got 14 bestiary levels in Cata 44 with like 8 levels in boss collections. Got you. I mean, the boss collection part's not bad. It's the Cata 44
for the mines.
and the class average that's going to be a pain in the butt. If you focus on the boss collection first, you'll get some Cata levels from doing that, and that'll help. BO10 with the sub. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Let's go. Again, boys, if y'all enjoying the stream, please make sure to subscribe. We are working on 33,000 subscribers. Once we get there, we'll be doing a big profile review stream. We will review 20 people who are in that stream for free. So stay tuned. If we get that this week, then I'll be doing that on Saturday. Speed and yaw for sugarcane. So my speed's in the bottom right, 327. And yaw is just 45 degrees. I mean, it depends on which direction you built your farm in, of course. But for me, it's straight up 45. Killing a T4 E-Man in 140 seconds. I don't know, what should I upgrade now? Are you using Atom Split Katana? Because that would be the biggest thing. Getting that. And of course, like once you get Terminator, you might just have to struggle with it until you get Term. Once you get Term, you can start using explosive arrows. And that will just get through the hits phase so fast. It's kind of crazy. Smoked and sold. 2 mil. We'll take it. Pest traps still not full. Let's see. I don't know where we were at. Here we are. Runon's bow and explosive arrows is goated if you don't have a term. I didn't even think about that. That's kind of crazy. But yo, what's good, Kip? How you doing today, bro? Cat 50 is okay, but class average 50. Why they can't make it like Kuja class? Legit. Class average 50 is such a pain in the butt. I assume the reason they did it that way is because they were planning on adding the next dungeon and it would have the same classes. Because, here, I'll show after this Crop Fever how it looks in the menu. But doing all right. How about you? Doing good, man. Doing good. We are on that grind. We are on that grind. But yeah, I'm assuming they were planning on adding, you know, like the jungle temple or whatever second dungeon they come up with. And then you level the classes while doing that floor, like that dungeon as well. I presume. Oh, did my internet bug out for a second? It says my YouTube short chat disconnected and then reconnected. Like, why short specifically? The other ones are fine. That's goofy. Goofy. Yes, when are we getting M9? True. But yeah, like if you look in the menu, like it shows catacombs and then your other dungeons would be here and then it's got your stuff here. So it's like all dungeons should have the same skills or same classes, you would think, based on that. But since I'm Iron Man, I have to use the Runon since I don't have a term, and it's nice since I shoot like 5 arrows. Yeah, especially if you got like terror gear going ham or duplex. Yeah. Level 55 good for 10-day Iron Man? I'd say so, yeah. It's pretty solid. Yo, what's good, Beast? Doing good. How are you, bro? What's up? What's up? Stay hydrated, boys. Got Atom Split with 40k killed Final Destination using summons and duplex juju for hits phase. Okay. What's your magical power and your combat level? That's probably what it is. One of those two things. One of those two. Went to touch some grass back after a 10-day trip. Oh, snap. Welcome back, dude. 10-day trip. Dang. That is a long trip. Alright, I need to go beat up these bozos. Real fast. 1. Wait for it. I saw you. You cannot escape from me. There is no escape. Sold. Sold. Let's see. Can't tell if this was going forward or backwards. I think it was forwards. It was. I'm correct. Let's go. 6 mil for 2 T11 fishing minions, a good price? I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I don't deal with minions like hardly at all, so I definitely don't sell them or buy them. Just good Necromancer, how you doing, bro? Want to get a term so badly to start or to save my life, but I have a bad spending habit and no money making method. Yeah, it's a rough spot to be at. Term is a grind, though. It is a grind. It is low because I don't have any good money making method. It's 603 and combat's 35. Okay, so probably it's really just your combat level. I mean, your MP is not bad, but your combat's a little bit low, I would say. And it could also be, you know, like enchants on the weapon and stuff like that too. But usually I recommend combat 40. That's like 20% more damage. So when you're below combat 50, every combat level matters a bunch for your DPS. Like, it'll help you out a ton. I got overgrown grass, but I was so tired I declined it by accident. Oh no. I did that before too. I think I did that like not long after Harvest Feast came out. I declined one. So that is valid. That is valid. Been there, done that, dude. Send it. Now I'm thinking, how do I afford Blaze Daggers? Want to get into Blaze now? Just gotta fish, I guess. Fair enough. Making 2 sets right now as I have 300 ping. Mining's not an option. Yeah. It's fair. Yo's good, Torton. Grass is only like 6 mil, so not that much of a loss anymore. I think he's on Iron Man is the problem. I think that's the issue. It's good whips. At the first hour of Moonflower last night, I made 125 mil in an hour. Dang, dude. That's kind of crazy. What's a good money method? I mean, farming is the biggest one right now that I'd recommend getting into. You don't have to be rich to get into it. Like, it makes a decent amount when you're starting out. Of course, the more you spend on and your setup, the more it's going to make, but it's not too difficult to get into. Most people never get close to M7. I don't think we need any harder floors. That is fair. Need to just make it easier to get in there, for real, for real. I don't know, bro. M7 community is going to crash out if they don't add a harder floor before making M7 easier to get into. Farming 25, got some stuff already? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Trash. 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 Garbage. Trash. Alright. What do we got over here? Okay, fellas, we just got one more to wait. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see, do I have any compost on me? I do not. Let me grab this. I'm gonna take a stack and throw it in here. So this guy's still getting stuff. But yeah, we've got to get mosquito. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Was that all of them? That was. All right. So there's 2 more left. 2 more kills and then we're done. Well, that's 30 mil. And this is another 2. So we are over 500 mil now. Clean. It's so hot. Let's go. All right. Run it back. Oh. There we go. Got through Melody with my touchscreen laptop. It's like a cheese. Oh, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. I haven't heard of anybody trying that one out. Hit farming 60 and spent 2 bill on a wheat farming setup. I mean, fair enough. Worth it. I don't know if mosquitoes are bugged or they have intentionally low drop rates, but I'm getting like 1/4 of the drops compared to when I did Moonflower earlier. Huh. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a lot. Is Moondew profit now? I don't think so, no. I'm just doing it because I needed it for the Lunar Moth Bestiary, and that's our last XP. But if we look up Moondew, it's 5.6 mil versus, which, I mean, if you craft it like this, it's a little under 5 mil versus Sunset, which is currently a little over 5 mil if you sell offer. So if you buy the crystallized moonflower, you can do it. If you just straight up buy Moondew, then it's not great. But if you craft the Moondew yourself, then it's a little bit of profit. It's like 100k per, but nothing crazy. Should I sell cane knots or wait? I mean, it's not a bad idea to wait, but if you're gonna wait, you probably will need to wait like 3 or 4 days. So it depends on how bad you need money, really, because realistically they're not going to go up by that much. So I'm just going ahead and insta-selling, because while they're active right now, for the next 7 hours, they're just going to keep going down. And then after they're no longer farmable, they'll start going back up. But it's going to go up very slowly, so you have to wait a few days for that to happen. So 397 mil to buy order max bestiary for me right now. Dang, bro. Need 3 stacks of cane knots, dude. This is a pain, legit. Oh, hold up. Yoink. Next. Last one. Okay, there we go. There we go. Last little bit. Is Ancient Superior Dragon alright for level 23 combat? Yeah, that's not bad. It's better than most people's setups, honestly. Whenever I focus on farming, I always have Cookie active, but when I do anything else, I barely have 14 mil in the bank. That's fair. I probably need to buy a Cookie. I only got 2 years and 6 months left, man. It's gonna run out. But nah, I really just, I keep running out of bits. We're getting close to it from refreshing experimentation table. Which 27,000 should last me a while. But they might add more Abbey phone contacts, and then I need to buy more of those, and that would be a problem. Watching stream while doing Blade Slayer is chill. Let's go. Yeah, the farming streams are pretty chill. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to play the Hobbit today, chat. Again, I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait till I beat Subnautica with paper, and then I might start doing those post Skyblock streams. So, like, sometimes, like, people are just gifting me 2 stacks of Titanic XP bottles randomly. Nice. Nice. Okay, traps do not say no bait yet. We're waiting. I have a big problem with cookies on Iron Man stealing 13 mil every 4 days. Yeah, that's pretty rough. It is pretty rough. Once you get to the point where you don't need the bits anymore, it is a problem. To be fair, they are at least useful for a while starting out. I don't get why the cookie length to amount of bits you get is so little. I have 3 months of it left and 512 bits, and I barely bought anything. Yeah. It is a little goofy. It is a little goofy, but I mean, the perks themselves are nice enough. Guess they didn't want people to have to AFK to get all their bits, you know? Because I think that was a thing early on, and then they've adjusted it. Mainly with the, whatever attribute it is that gives you half of your bits right away whenever you eat a cookie. Like, that was a big adjustment with foraging update dropping. 525 mil. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. We do what we must. Thoughts on Wiki-Tiki and Ragnarok changes on Alpha? I don't know if I've even seen them. I'm not gonna lie. What did they do? Stay hydrated, boys. I know somebody was saying they changed the drop rates, but like, or the spawn rates. But like, they made it so they're guaranteed, or for at least the Wiki-Tiki, right? Oh, Mask is rarer? Oh. What about Ragnarok? What they do to him? Just like Burnt Text is rarer, probably? That is kind of crazy. Which, to be fair, they are going to be doing the Magic Find adjustment soon. I don't know why they're doing that now, though. I guess they're trying to prep people a little bit, but, like, they keep doing these weird Magic Find changes, like adding Poignant Lucky Clover and then other things like that. Handle 0.5% and text much rarer. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. How much are Tiki Masks right now? Hold up, it's just Tiki Mask, not Wiki Tiki Mask. There we go. I mean, I don't feel like they need to be rare. They're already selling for 200 mil a pop. Like, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. Which I guess if they're spawning more often, then that's probably why they're doing it. Like, if you take those changes out of context, they sound really bad. But they made it so at least those, I know the Tikis are easier to spawn now. So it probably balances out. But it is going to be annoying to, like, max Tiki Bestiary and then still not have the drop. But that might be what they want, is for maxing the Bestiary to be the easy part. And then that gives you more Magic Find, so then you're more likely to get the drop afterwards if you're unlucky and don't drop it. That may be what they're going for. In which case, that's not too bad. Yoink. But yeah, it's interesting, sure. I don't think it's going to change too much, though, but we'll just have to see. I don't know. Did they change Ragnarok spawn rates? Did they just change, like, hotspot spawn rates? Just, like, you're more likely to spawn stuff in hotspots? Because, yeah, wait. Tiki is a hotspot mob. Titanabo is the one that's, like, Bayou mob, and Tiki's just hotspot. So I guess that's what they did. Strange, though. It is strange that they're doing all these changes to drop rates with nothing else. Bro, when is this last trap gonna be done? Need our last set of traps to finish. Just gotta say no bait over there and then we're good. Oh, swell. It's been a grind, gamers. We've been out here 3.5 hours straight. First half hour we were farming Moonflower, and the last 3 hours we've been farming Sugarcane. Which again, it's made like a crazy amount of money, so I'm not upset about it. But you know, it'd be nice. Be nice to not have to farm again after this. I'll probably farm some whenever Grand Feast comes around, just to make a bit of money. To like, we'll farm until I get the Colonel milestones done. Every one of those events, and then be done. Yo, what's good, Egg? How you doing today, bro? Welcome, welcome. Bing, bing. They nerfed the drop rate, but buffed the spawn rate, but the nerf seems too heavy. Yeah, it is kind of strange. Kind of strange. Got a question for you. What's up? Yoink. Let's see. Boom. Do. If I need an editor or an artist, then please read the rules of the chat. Smile. Okay, it's not. That is a very random question. Would you rather get punched once or crushed by a mutant spider? Depends on who's punching me, I guess. Who's doing the punching out here? And how large is this mutant spider? I need more info here, man. Probably punched once. I feel like that's the obvious answer, but it depends on if I'm getting hit by One Punch Man or something. A normal guy? Yeah, I think I'll take the punch. Because I get punched all the time. So, I do a lot of martial arts. This would not be the first punch I've taken. Let's see. Where am I going here? I don't know. We're going back here. We're running it back. We're going to do like right here. Yoink. Bang. Thank goodness. I thought you'd choose the spider. Keck W. I do like Tarantula Slayer, but not enough to do it IRL, you know? I take a punch. Used to do Taekwondo. Yeah, if you got a chest gear on, it's not too bad. Some of those like when I was in the kids class back in the day, of course, punches were chill. Kids don't hit that hard. But now, dude, taking some boxing classes, some of those guys, they be coming out swinging, man. They come out swinging. Like, the difference between getting punched by, like, a taekwondo guy and a karate guy also is pretty different. Because, like, taekwondo... Okay, our pests have spawned. Once this crop fever's... Actually, wait, let's use our crop fever. Hold up. Wait a minute. We'll resume this conversation in a second. Ladies and gentle gamers, it is time to grab our last pests. Boom. Where's the lunar moth? Where'd the last one go? There he is. Yoink. There it is. Lunar moth. Level 15. Dude. 100 kills done. We are in the top 600 people to do this. One of the first 600. Unfortunately, not enough to get to this last bestiary milestone. We'll need a new bestiary to come out for that to happen. But with our overbloom, we are guaranteed sunset book drops, which is kind of crazy. I did have a couple kills where I dropped 2, so that was cool. We got the full sunset gear now. But more importantly, if we just do / Heart of the Forest, bang, we now have max SkyBlock XP. 63% to 556 is the current max. So before we get that last XP, we were ranked 53rd. I'm sure we're in the top 50 now, but there's a decent amount of people tied for max XP. But we are one of the top players now. We are tied once again for max XP. Let's go. Let's go, dude. GG late. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Here, before we do anything else, I did want to go ahead and get one Bachelor's Rose. GG. Thank you, boys. I appreciate it. That was a grind, man. Every time I think I'm done farming, they add another farming update. I swear. I swear. It's kind of crazy. Number 19 in the menu. Let's see. How is there a way for me to like guaranteed update it? Like if I DC and reconnect? Probably, but knowing my luck, that would probably end up getting me Cloudflare kicked and not able to join for a while. Need to make whatever the max level is at the time, Rainbow or something. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Joined at the right time for real, man. We're cooking. All right, I don't think this is going to be enough to get this guy to his next level, but we're just going to go ahead and use all of our XP capsules because I am done farming. Sick of it. Good grief. Please stop making me farm. Knowing my luck, Finnegan's going to get elected after Aatrox this time. I think your UUID is a little worse than mine. Just wait a couple minutes. Yeah, mine's pretty bad, I think. I'm usually on the lower end. Usually on the lower end. But let's refuel our traps, I suppose, while we're here. Probably need to refill that composter too. 1, 2. Let's see. Let me grab some seeds real fast. Fill this up. Boom. And then make some of my money back. Heck yeah. So we still have 540 mil purse, which is pretty nice. Again, unfortunately, Vincent has Carmine die this time, which I do not need. So we've already dropped one. I don't need another one. So this is kind of useless for us. We did not, unfortunately, drop a dung die as well while going for that. So feels bad, man. I might do some jade grinding tomorrow. I thought about that, but it is Aatrox, so I'd kind of rather do Tarantula, so we'll probably do that. What should I hunt for money? Shulkers and Invisibugs are kind of the goat. Oh my days. What the crud. Rift Guide helped me so much. Now I'm almost at the mountain. Hey, let's go, Goose. Happy to help, bro. Let's go, let's go. Alright, so this time we're going to update. Is there anything else I can do here? Probably not. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I probably should upgrade one of these next time, Loki. Been upgrading all the wrong things for real, for real. Oh, wait. I can get more Hunter Fortune? I should have been doing that. actually throwing. I haven't had full Hunter Fortune this whole time. I'm trolling. Actively trolling. Alright, I need Vincent to show up. Y'all think Vincent has Strawberry Dye for me, bro? If he pops up with Strawberry Dye right now, I will be so happy. What's it feel to be mid-game finally? Dude, it's so nice. I keep, like, getting to mid-game and then falling out of mid-game and then getting back. It's just... It's a grind, but... You know, it's worth it. It's worth it to finally be able to say we're mid-game. You know, I could do Taylor's thing here. This thing costs a lot of money, though. 86 million gelatin. 137 million melon juice. Late, early at best. Alright, buddy. Alright, I see how it is. 719. Sadly, no dye. It is what it is. Alright, let's grab this. And sold. Turbo Sunflower actually sells for a little bit. Well then. Should I go ahead and buy the gelatin for this? Since it's cheap right now. When is melon going to come into play? Or did it already come into play? It's not been in play this feast. I mean, again, I could do this right now. I could do it. I think I could afford it. But yeah, it would take literally all my money. I think we'll wait. I think we wait until the next... Because it's not giving me SkyBlock XP. We'll wait until the next Grand Feast comes around, and then I should be able to get it for relatively cheap. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not going to do it. We'll do it when the next Grand Feast comes in. I'm too poor, man. I won't be able to afford XP from Lotus Atoll. I can't do it. But I'll do it one day. Alright, let me see. If I lobby swap, will it update? Please. Please. It's not updating. Guess we can do our experiments in the meantime. Also, I haven't claimed these. Any cake souls? Any cake souls? Any cake souls? Maybe your UUID is just the worst out of literally everyone else. I feel like it is, low-key. There we go. Top 25, though. Clean. Thought I was following the Twitch. Turns out I wasn't. Hey, welcome. Let's go. Let's go. Top 25, bro. That's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. Sell all the chimeras you have. I do have some chimeras. That is factual. But I'm saving these for Guardian Slayer. So I can't sell them yet. Massive W's, though. For real, man. We have cooked this day. Let me change my keybinds before I forget and accidentally dig up something I shouldn't. But anyways. Hope y'all enjoyed. Not even top 10 on a Hypixel leaderboard you're throwing. Alright. Can we ban this guy? Thoughts? Thoughts? How's Diana for you? It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I mean, I could have made more. Don't get me wrong. But the real thing I wanted was mythological dye, and I didn't drop that, so that was the depressing part. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Anyways. When is Vincent's next stuff? In 2 days? Okay. So if Lotus doesn't come out tomorrow, then hopefully he has good dyes next. Actually, are the dyes showing on Alpha? Hold up. For the next SkyBlock here. Better because I'm number 10 on a game that no one plays. I'm better. Alright, buddy. Alright. Hold up. It is showing. What does he got? What does he got? Okay, never mind. He hasn't updated yet because it's early winter. So if the alpha's still open tomorrow, right? Yeah, if the alpha's still open this time tomorrow, then we should be able to see what the next dyes are, and I can plan accordingly. Frog. Anyways, I will be live. Probably not tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually probably gonna chill tomorrow. But I might be live tonight with Subnautica. Again, we are doing members-only streams for Subnautica on YouTube, but if you want to watch for free, you can watch on Twitch. It's just so it doesn't ruin my algorithm, which I accidentally did stream to YouTube for everyone last night at like 12 p.m. my time. And of course, nobody was watching it, so hopefully today's algorithm wasn't too butchered. But anyways. But yo, what's good, Bronius? How you doing today, sir? You got in here just at the end, because we are going to go raid somebody on Twitch. And that's going to be all for YouTube. I'll be live on Wednesday. And If there's an update or something tomorrow, I'll have a video out on that ASAP. But anyways, might be live for Subnautica later tonight, but we will see. We will see. I'll see you in the next one. YouTube, have a good one, and God bless.